The world only moves for those who take control and force it to respect them. If you're not building, you're declining. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. If you're not winning, you're losing. Every man has two choices. Be the hunter or be the hunted. Be the man who writes the checks or the one who waits for payday. Success is not given, it's taken. Wealth is not stumbled upon, it's built brick by brick, with discipline and vision. The time for waiting is over. The time for hoping is gone. Now is the time to move, to build, to dominate. A man without money is a man without options. He settles for scraps instead of commanding the feast. The weak begin. The strong take. The poor complain. The rich strategize. The ones who hesitate get left behind. The ones who act become legends.
Vibe blowing at the J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slay. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping at the bay. Vibe blowing at my J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slay. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping at the bay. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy on my paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The re-up just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm trouble, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck. And they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that this shit not on trend. On a big wave, I'm controlling the tide. Snake eyes when you rolling the dice. So with the stakes inside, I could never take another nigga advice. They can't reach the sky, I'm aiming up high. Just wanna know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like, I come from outside of this. Out the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things. Cop a big change, up a state lines, doing stage dives on cam. It ain't no limit to my vision. Check the temp, I'm on fire with it. Got the bands jumping out the bag, Prosecco on ice. I'm nobody nice, gonna run up a check. Demand my respect, I'm doing the most. I never quit, they want me to quit. I'm good as it come, I'm good as it gets. Vibe blowing at the J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slab. Everything I do is
and you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to the internationally known and recognized symbols of YouTube excellence and entertainment, the Boss Up Show, part of the Free Agent Lifestyle Podcast here on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You in here.
New world order.
With the Bruce Wayne of this ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly.
New world order.
the notorious one, aka Mr. Coachellini, better known as the prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you reside in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than Hollywood CGA and EWF. Smells like Teen Spirit. That is every woman's fantasy in the whole fucking show. I'm the CEO, nigga, row of Fixes Binds LLC, the unbinder, the undebatable, the undisputed best edutainment here on YouTube. You can call me Senor Gregorio Graybeard. The ladies love to call me Mr.
Your third leg was just phenomenal.
Third leg Greg. Also the man with one trabajo. That is the ecclesiastical Mitch Slapper. You're looking at the anointed one.
Acknowledge me.
The founding father of the After Pill, the junior college sociologist, the Morpheus of the mating matrix, the chocolated Confucius, the Black Moses, the deliverer, also known as the man that walks ecclesiastically in the spirit of Elijah. I'm the man with more nicknames than anyone in the game. But in case you forget those names, you're looking at Viral CGA, Malo Poppy, Hentai CGA, the Lord of the Lings, Genghis CGA Khan. You can call me James Bond, Fixes Binds LLC CEO. You can call me the Benevolent Monarch CGA, see God Allah, the reigning and defending 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We got a great show for you lined up today. Jada Pinkett Smith is back in the news, and that's going to be our main event topic at the turn of the third hour. Because we're going to get you here on your way through your work day. Shout out to everybody that's West Coasting. 2 fingers twisted up in the middle with the thumb cup. We're going to get you through your work day, 8:15 or 8:25 here on the West, 11:25 on the East. And we're going to get you through your entire workday. Even if you don't watch the entire show, you could just stay right here with the King of Kings and the King of Content. Nothing else better on YouTube. Jada Pinkett Smith is hell-bent on destroying Will Smith. In fact, a clip has surfaced or resurfaced about her adamantly admitting why she publicly disclosed her affairs in order to protect Will Smith.
New world order.
We're going to go ahead and go over this particular forum. There's several clips that have been coming out lately, put out by her team and her management.
New world order.
In order to basically protect herself before she wrecks herself. She cannot divorce Will Smith because she probably has made a deal and kissed the nanny goat.
New world
Or
order.
probably signed some sort of disclosure agreement in which would actually make her poor and put her in the poorhouse. But she's trying to drop hints. She tried to drop a tell-all book, but only sold 2 copies. That didn't work. So she's back out here on the humiliation ritual of one Will Smith. Gentlemen, what we do here as men is what we try to do is we try to find the best possible way in order to deal with women.
New world order.
Sometimes we sell our soul. Sometimes we get with women and we pillow talk and we have them keep our deepest, darkest secrets. Sometimes we want burning desire. We want to have a woman's mind. We want to own that punani. Sometimes we come out here and trick, tramp, and slut ourselves out so we can get the best what the woman can offer and disregard the rest. And typically what happens is men in these spaces, all over these spaces, typically try to say, this is the best lane for you. Now, what I do is I do something different. I say, well, these are your options. I lay out everything right in front of you to give you basically what you're doing is you're picking trade-offs. All right, you can go with marriage and I'll tell you, well, these are the trade-offs, these are the pros and the cons. You can go be a stepdaddy and I'll say, well, these are the trade-offs, these are the pros and cons. You could be out here tricking, you could go to the JUCO, you can become a passport bro, and I will be the one honest person to say, this is what you're picking, pick your poison. Pick your poison. Now, what I do is I'm going to live a lane. I'm not going to sit out here and just sit in the middle while you guys choose what path to live, because I basically say, well, this is what I'm doing. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but this is what I'm doing. But I'm just going to give you the real. I'm going to kick the real. Okay. And whatever path you choose, if you choose to be a simp, go for it. If you choose to simp, because I tell you, in order to make relationships work, you got to simp. All right. But if you don't want to be a simp, come out here. Don't expect relationships to work. You're going to have to simp. And a lot of these guys, even the alpha male content creators and the so-called red pill rangers, these guys are out here behind the scenes simping. All right. They're not what they are on camera. And even one woman disclosed that on that Inside of the Manosphere. She was like, oh, he's a teddy bear off the screen. On the screen, he's an alpha male woman hater incel. But off camera, he's a different person. And I even say that for me. A lot of people think that I come out here and the way I am with you and the audience is the way I'm with women. And I say that wouldn't even make sense. For me to be out here just telling you like it is and then talk to women and tell them like it is, it doesn't make sense. Why? Because it's a waste of time. All right. They don't care about you being angry and bitter. All right. So I don't have these discussions with women. But a lot of these guys will say here, well, listen, this is the best way for you. And they'll give you the pros and cons of other ways, but they'll say, well, this is the best way to do it. And I don't do that. I basically say, lay it out, man. Look, you're rolling the dice when you're dealing with women. There's 99% of relationships will fail. You'll be lucky if that 1% of relationships that succeed lends you any credibility or respect with that woman. She will basically end up in disrespect. And this is what we have with Jada. Both of them have their secrets. Both of them have their secrets. We know this. This is not the perfect relationship, but people had treated it like it was a good relationship for about 20 years. Now we see it all falling apart, and there's some reasons for that. And we don't know, but we can guess. We can surmise. We can come up with a synopsis. We can guess. We can assume. We really don't know. But the reality is we've seen women like Jada Smith. We've seen women like Jada Smith. Isn't this right? We've seen women operate like Jada Smith. Some of y'all aunties out here got husbands that they do like this all the time. Okay. Let's be honest. Some of y'all got family members who you got aunties, you got cousins and all of that shit. Some of y'all have seen Jada Pinkett Smiths in your family. Tell me if I'm not lying. Am I not lying? Am I not lying? Like some of y'all got aunties that treat your uncle just like this. All right. Every goddamn 4th of July, every Memorial Day, every cookout. You've seen it. So this is not an anomaly. This is absolutely what typically happens. And you know this. And then this is what typically happens when relationships go past the 10, the 20, 30 year mark. Both of them are fed up with each other. Both of them are tired. Both of them are tired of hiding their secrets and stuff like that. So this is kind of what happens when you deal with people who have long-term relationships and marriages. And they're well past the point of procreation. Their kids are adults. This is what you get normally, because sometimes, when you're in relationships, you tell all. You pillow talk. You tell each other's deepest, darkest secrets. And some people know where the bodies are hidden. Jada knows where the bodies are hidden with Will Smith. Will Smith is not the perfect man, but Jada knows where the bodies are hidden. And now she probably can't say it because of she doesn't want to get out here sued. So she's trying to drop hints. And now Will Smith can't control it. He can't control it because, well, the damage is done. He did what he done. He doesn't know what he done. He knows what he done. But what happens is, I'm just going to tell you, there's no perfect way with dealing with women. You're just going to have to say, what are the trade-offs? What do I get? What am I gambling? What am I risking? And then you're going to have to pick your poison. Some of you guys want to be going your own way forever and never deal with women. There's trade-offs to that too. My program is not to tell you how to deal with women. My program is to tell you, pick your poison. And in this situation, we have the example here, because you can come up with examples of how it's going to go bad, no matter how you deal with it. But no matter how you slice it, dealing with women is literally the worst gamble you're going to have in your life. You're basically taking the worst gamble. If you want to be a player, there's a gamble in that. There's risk to that. If you want to be Dan Bilzerian, because I'm the new Dan Bilzerian, I'm the new black Dan Bilzerian, there's gambles to that. Okay, if you want to be out in the corner buying prostitutes off Figueroa, there's a gamble to that. All right, it's just what comes with the territory. And we have about 300,000 years of evidence of this. Ain't nothing new under the sun. There's evidence, years, decades, millennia, centuries of evidence of men giving over their power due to their lust or flesh or their desire to be liked or loved, giving it over to women. In the Bible, they say women will bring down kings. You have examples of Samson and Delilah. You have King Solomon. You have men that have practiced the art of polygamy or polygyny only to have that literally destroy them. Okay. So with this being said, this is just another example of when you choose the path of the long-term marriage or relationship. And also within that, knowing that if you're in a long-term marriage and relationship, most of you guys are going to have secrets, secret affairs, secret lovers. And at this particular point, we're going to iron this out with Jada and Will Smith. She's hell-bent on destroying this man, and she will not stop until. All right. Anyway, hey. Anyway, we got that. We also have an update on some red pill content creators. All right, men that are assumed to be red pill content creators, Clavicular and Sniggle. All right, neither of these guys that I watch, but I'm familiar with them. These are some young guys. They lead the young men. Their viewership is primarily teenagers, middle schoolers, and young adults, 18-year-old incels and 19-year-old incels. All right, these type of guys. So that's their primary audience, but they both have gotten some trouble here live streaming lately. We're going to give you an update on those two individuals because some of you guys care or follow some of these guys. We're going to give you to the update room some breaking news on some cases that we were following that I reported on recently. We have some update on some legal cases or some situations where people done lost their job based on some affairs in the Matrix. And we got the return of Doom and Gloom CGA. Yes, the return of Doom and Gloom CGA is here. Okay. All's not well with the world, and we're going to have to report it. And why am I freezing up on my internet? What is going on here? All right. It looks like it's an issue with my computer. It looks like that's what's going on here. All right. It looks like that's what's going on here. My computer is having a little bit of an issue. So bear with me. All right. They heard Doom and Gloom CGA, and they were like, nope.
New world.
All right,
order.
so it appears to be having an issue with my computer. So I'm going to just go ahead and close a couple of windows here just to make sure my memory is not having an issue. So we're going to close some windows and we're going to try to take away a little bit of the problems with the playback here, because I think that's what's happening. My computer's like, yeah, man, you're using up a little bit too much RAM at this particular point. All right, but in the meantime, to contribute to the day show, $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. I just closed some applications that use up a lot of RAM, and we've already seen that there's been some improvements. So bear with this and we'll get it all right. We do have some contributors that we need to acknowledge on today's show. And I'll run the banner for our editors to know that this is a line of demarcation that we have shifted and transitioned to another segment. Shout out to Hustle Every Day says, you don't own that pussy. Flowers, sir, flowers. All right, we got a main event topic coming up on the Ask Coach Greg Adams show. Shout out to you guys that subscribe. We got that coming up tonight on Tales from the Dark Side. So go ahead and subscribe to that channel. The links are in the description box below. We got that going on over there. You don't own that punani. All right. Let's see here. What do we got going on? What do we got going on here? I'm signing into accounts. That's why I'm delaying right now. We have somebody over here on Ko-Fi. I'm going to move this over here so I don't look like I'm looking way over here for no reason. Shout out to our brother Saul T. I'm not going to say it. But he said, what's up with the family, coach? I said this before, but we need part 2 of the Fragile Male Ego. I actually looked it up. It was a good show. It explains exactly why men and women are different. Once she lies about having other niggies while getting my support and protection, it is over and cannot be fixed. It is over and it cannot be fixed. This is a guy who says, well, I'm going to give you support and protection for exclusivity. Now, one thing that I always tell you is there's no such thing as exclusivity really in relationships. All right. When it comes to modern day relationships, there are no exclusive relationships. Now, you might say, well, does that mean she's cheating on me? No, that doesn't necessarily mean she's cheating on you, but you don't own that pussy. She has other men that function in other aspects and areas of her life where you are not complicit, where you are not filling that void. So she has to reach out for someone else in the friend zone and this type of thing, right? Male best friends, former exes, baby daddies, ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends from high school 20 years ago, friend zone, co-workers, work husbands. These, just because she's not having sex or being intimate with you does not mean that she is not reaching out to other men to fill the void where you are leaving a void. All right. So with that being said, typically guys will think that I can buy exclusivity, or I can basically put her up on game, or twist her arm, or keep a hoe in check and keep her exclusive. That's not true. Even pimps have to give their girlfriends out for sex for other men for money. So even when he got her in check, he also got her in check sharing that punani with other men. So there's no such thing as exclusivity. So he says right here, once she's reaching out to other guys or lies about other guys while you're giving her support and protection, it's over with. Well, that's pretty much the basis of all relationships. Okay, so pretty much they're all over then. Right? I don't know. Is that the truth? Shout out to Isaiah, says, I'm 25, just passed my fitness test for the Secret Service.
New world order.
And moving on to the interview stage next, he says, given the current job market, this was a good alternative for the time being. The jobs out here, there are jobs out here, but most men just don't want them, and they don't want to do them or sacrifice for a bit. That's 100%.
New world order.
There are jobs out here, just people don't want to do those jobs. Right? I'm overqualified for that job. All right. I shouldn't have to do a job like that. Reparations check, if you will. Reparations check. So that's the truth, man. But congratulations with you. I'm pretty sure you can't say anything more than that. And we won't allow you to say anything more than that, because we want you to get your job. All right. We want to get your job with the Secret Service. I'm pretty sure it should be a secret. Shout out to our brother. It's Kevin Sullivan. Says, Coach, can somebody ask Jada if she can do this? Jada?
Can you shut the fuck up?
Jada? All right, ask Jada.
Can you shut the fuck up?
No, she cannot. Just so we know, she can't. She don't have the ability to.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Shout out to Hustle Every Day, says he's up and winning. Also, if you ninjas can't get a B.I.ish at these Chris Brown and Usher contests and concerts, well, the free agent lifestyle cannot help you. You should be able to stick and move and turn on a dime. Okay. Stick and move and turn on a dime. Yes. I don't know if you guys know, because most of you guys have an older crowd. I don't have a crowd of middle schoolers and high schoolers and incels, all right, that I can sell courses to on how to get a girlfriend, touch his balls for the first time. I don't have that. I don't have that type of audience. or niggas in the dorm, you know what I mean? 18, 19-year-old dudes in the dorm. I mean, there are some that watch me, but that's not my audience. But you guys, since you guys are busy, hard workers, winners, you're part of the money mindset. I don't know if you guys know, there was an announcement recently about a concert with two legendary concert performers, namely Chris Brown and Usher. All right, that's what Hustle Every Day is trying to tell y'all. And they have announced, ladies and gentlemen, I might be making an announcement for them. They have announced that they're going to be performing a concert together. And this shouldn't be a surprise. They're friends. They used to do a concert series here in Las Vegas. All right, they're buddy-buddy. All right, they buddy-buddy. For better or for worse. But apparently here, if ladies, what Hustle Every Day is saying, if you's in a bind out here, ladies, and you need to go to the concert, you do have some help out here. All right, you do have some help.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
All right, that's what Hustle Every Day was saying. There is help is on the way. Just like Coachella, where that woman said that she had to do something a little bit of strange for some change and some tickets.
I got money.
All right, so ladies, Fixes Binds LLC is always here to help.
I'm rich, bitch.
All right, we gonna get you to the concert, ladies. I can get a couple of y'all to the concert. All right, not all of y'all's, but fall back, you know what I mean? But you better step up. Don't be shy. Closed mouths don't get fed. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. All right. So, ladies, if you need to get to that concert, your boy at Fixes Binds LLC can get you here. Look at what that money make a bitch do.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
All right. So you know what to do. All right. Don't be shy. we can get you there. Nate can get you there too. I'm looking for my in a bind sound effect here, but if you's in a bind, we can help you over here. I don't even know where it is. It's somewhere around there. All right, I got too many damn sound effects on one damn thing here, but it's time. Hustle every day, right? If you can't get a girl today, go ahead and look up. Go ahead and look up what it costs to get to the Ursher show. There it is.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
There it is. And there, by the way, that's Jada right there.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
How timely of the day's show. That's Jada. All right, we do have some other contributors now that we've been thrown off and the show's off the rails. Shout out to Hustle Every Day says, shout out to Megan Good. Jonathan Majors gave her that ultimatum, either this house cat or your cat. He says she chose her husband. Speaking of Jada Pinkett, F that house cat. She gets a rare W, another fine one from the movie Friday. Shout out to you. I actually don't know what you're talking about. I know she's getting married and whatnot, but all right, I know she's getting married. Or she's claiming to get married. Jonathan Majors done locked her up after she's tricked on him. Now, why aren't they calling Megan Good a trick? Because she's paying all of Jonathan Majors' bills, according to her and him. Remember, he said, all right. What did she say? He sung that song. I can't remember the song now. All right, for some reason, and it slipped my mind. All right, we have some other person here early in the morning. Was this yesterday or today? The 14th. What did he say? Through the fire. Yep, when he won that war, he was crying, and you did everything for me. All right, he always sound like a throwback slave. You done all of the things that you done for me through the fire. All right, and why isn't she a trick? Shout out to our brother Kalen. It's no secret that this marriage should have ended decades ago, but the real question is Jada the worst wife of all time? We'll pose a question here. We'll pose a question. Is Jada the worst wife of all time? Uh-oh, Jada, Will Smith. We know the celebrities watch us. All right, this is it right here. Okay, is Jada the worst wife of all time? We'll do a quick poll. And it says right here, if a man did all of these things to his wife that she's done to Will, he'd be crucified endlessly. I think that's true. Yeah, if a husband did what to Jada, what Jada's doing to Will, yeah, he would have to get picked up and arrested. I agree with that. He would have to get picked up and arrested. And last one says, it's no secret. Oh, wait a minute. Did you donate that twice? Looks like you donated it twice. With that being said, that is a sponsorship from Kaylin. You probably got a glitch too. You probably got a glitch going on. I got some glitches. It's funny. Your computer works fine. Everything works fine until you start streaming. But, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, we got a great show for you lined up today. Buckle up your seatbelts. We got some doom and we got some gloom. The return of Doom and Gloom CGA. Doom and Gloom CGA, brought to you by the New World Order. All right, the New World Order's after it again. We're going to do a little bit of a wake-up work for you real quick. We got Doom and Gloom CGA 2 clips. We're not going to keep you long here. Doom and Gloom CGA, we have some old House senators and some people talking to reporters. As you guys know, the world's all a stage. All right, everybody's friends behind the scenes. They just got you fighting behind the stage. We're going to take you to this particular clip, sharing the screen here, of Chuck Schumer talking to the media about, well, what's going on with this war in Iran, all right, and the issues between the United States and Israel, the Jews and the Americans. You know, you guys have all of these conversations and commentaries about conspiracy theories. New conspiracy theories. But apparently here, he's being interviewed by what we believe are legit reporters. As you guys know, keep living. Most of these people are paid operatives, if you will. But that's neither here nor there. Right? New World Order. Don't, I don't want to say too much for YouTube because, I'm trying to make a road back to hustle here on social media. And every time I do that, they just be kicking me in the shin. All right. Then I got to take a week off. And I'm like, what did I do? All right. I was trying to hustle it. I was trying to come out here and work. I'm locked in. Well, apparently here he said something to what we call the free media here. But the free media said, oh, you messed up. You didn't go say the right script.
New.
All right. You know, instead of saying, damn, did he really say that? And then go with it and then spread it across their mass media. He basically had a slip and they said, take two, nigga. Take two. They literally let him correct his mistake. All right. And then he reclipped it like it was take three, nigga. All right, let's go ahead and take you to the screen here.
No one wants a nuclear Israel, but we certainly don't want an endless war, plain and simple. What did I say? Oh, no, got it. Let me say that again. No one wants an endless war, but we certainly don't want a nuclear Iran. That's for sure. Okay?
New world order.
Man, what?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Is this our free media? Is this our objective media here? What am I looking at, bro? All right, look, what is this?
New world order.
What in the world am I looking at?
Wait a minute. Who are
you slipped up. You don't want a nuclear Israel. Oh, yeah, a nuclear Iran. Which one do you not want? Hey, you messed up, homie. Come on back, stand here, take three. And these old senators, I mean, just study Rome. These old senators, these old people in Congress, man, I tell you, like, what? That is crazy, bro. That is crazy work, but it's not a surprise for me. But you're seeing it. The world's a stage, bread and circus, divide and conquer, if you will. And you really don't matter out here, aka you don't matter.
No one wants a nuclear Israel, but we certainly don't want an endless war, plain and simple.
Okay, so you don't want a nuclear Israel. That's interesting. I don't think anybody does, but you do. All right, I'm saying too much here. I don't want to say too much.
Look at my African American. Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm pretty sure you was about to lose your $7,000 because apparently they're paying $7,000 to YouTubers, right, to speak their piece. Your $7,000 check was about to be gone. All right, I'm just saying real quick. Nobody wants a nuclear Israel? Probably so.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Interesting. All right. What else happened? They were like, hey, man, run that back.
What did I say? Oh, no, got it. Let me say that again.
Let me say that again. Just run it back. And look at the people here, these objective media, unbiased sources. All right, giving him an opportunity to correct it. Where are the conservatives on this one? Nobody. Where's Fox News? Were they there? Newsmax. All right, Snoozemax, Fox News. They let him run that shit back. So are these people literally plants? Are they actors? Are they paid operatives? What are they back here? Are they actually journalists? Let's continue.
No one wants an endless war, but we certainly don't want a nuclear Iran. That's for sure. Okay.
And ran it back too. All right. Ran the shit back for the clip, bruh. And then somebody's going to say breaking news. Chuck Schumer says, and they're just going to clip that part. They're not going to clip the rest. By the way, if you don't realize this, they did this to Kamala Harris. That's why Donald Trump sued the hell out of that news organization. I believe it was CBS or whatever that was. They let Kamala Harris, they were inserting answers in there. They also used to do that for Barack Obama. You guys know he used to chain smoke and nobody ever seen him smoking a cigarette. I'm saying too much. In 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, you've never seen him out there chain smoking like Andrew Wilson. But guess what? He's a chain smoker. He also was a babbling buffoon most of the time, and they edited it to make him look like he was understanding. And they also make Trump look like a complete idiot, which, well, that's not hard to do because he talks too much. But at the same time, they never show him in a positive light. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the world's a stage. Accept it. We also have this on Doom and Gloom CGA. People are getting priced out. It's time for y'all to recognize this. We're going to give you an economic lesson here. This reported, and not a surprise. We're on a path of not a soft landing, but really a hard crash, an epic economic collapse of epic proportion. All right, it says right here, 40% of Americans have less than $500 in cash savings, according to a survey, ringeth the belleth. A lot of twin mattress activities here. About 37% of Americans have less than $500 in savings. The average savings balance has dropped sharply in the recent years. As I said, inflation and rising costs are the main reason. Americans who participated in the survey said they have a hard time saving. Fixes Minds LLC is here to help. It says right here, additionally, more Americans said they are seeking or seeing their savings shrink amid ongoing inflations. We got rising gas prices due to the war. We also have high interest rates that haven't come down, to be honest with you, to the point where people are going to be active, and a shaky job marketplace. Well, you can't buy shit if you can't even stay employed. It says when prices rise and budgets tighten, people tighten their belt. Something has to give. Yeah, something has to give. Well, somebody gonna have to give me something at some particular point.
Because I got the pussy for the money. If you got the money for the pussy.
It says right here, and often that something might be their savings. That's certainly the case in many households today, according to Matt Scholes, a Lending Tree chief consumer analyst. And to dig deeper, monthly saving habits for Americans have changed as prices for everyday goods have increased. What's more, about 1 in 5 people say they aren't able to save consistently. And that is especially true for those who make less than $30,000 a year. All right. Wow. The majority of people who were surveyed, 34%, say the main reason they are not able to save more is due to the cost of living. People are going to say that all the time, right? The cost of living is going up in this economy, rents and these type of things. Well, what you guys don't know is you're up shit's creek, but that's neither here nor there. Right? You do have to do something extraordinary to get yourself out of it, because that's what it's going to take. All right. If you're doing what you normally done, you're going to get the results that you've always gotten. You could join the Money Mindset to talk about this, because it's really mindset. All right. You can't continue to do what you've always done and expect a different result. That's the definition of insanity. But it's patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams. Join the Money Mindset. The link is in the description box below if you want to make a change in understanding how this works. But you're going to have to go out there and take a major risk at this point. Can't be out here doing normie programming shit. But it says right here, when you have to spend more on gas and groceries, for example, it means you have less to put towards other priorities such as emergency savings, high interest debts, also retirement investment accounts, and other financial goals. Schultz added that means less of a financial cushion in case of an emergency, and that can be very scary. And of course, we know men and women are dealing with this, but certainly women have an out. They have something between their legs that should have them never broke. I mean, that actually, I'm not telling them to sell it. They actually can get into a relationship, right? That actually can get a male roommate. All right. There's things that they could do where men are going to go ahead and say, we can split the cost as long as I can get access to what's split between your legs. I mean, that's kind of how it works. But of course, some women have too much pride related to that. Do you, boo? Do you, boo? All right. But I can't help you with this. All right. But you can join the Money Mindset, ladies and gentlemen, so you can understand thoroughly how to shift this particular thing and over the next decade make a change. But what people are going to do is they're not going to make that change. They're basically going to have the slippery slope down into hell. All right. And 10 years later, you're going to look up and you're going to be complaining about the same damn thing. Right. That's what's going to happen. All right. So anyway, go ahead and join the Money Mindset. Click that link in the description box. Get your money up. Get your bag tight. Be patient. Develop a plan. We cover that over there. And the game is to be sold, not told, bitch ass niggas. That's Doom and Gloom CGA.
The world only moves for those who take control and force it to respect them. If you're not building, you're declining. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. If you're not winning, you're losing. Every man has two choices: be the hunter or be the hunted. Be the man who writes the checks or the one who waits for payday. Success is not given, it's taken. Wealth is not stumbled upon, it's built brick by brick with discipline and vision. The time for waiting is over. The time for hoping is gone. Now is the time to move, to build, to dominate. A man without money is a man without options. He settles for scraps instead of commanding the feast. The weak begin, the strong take. The poor complain, the rich strategize. The ones who hesitate get left behind. The ones who act become legends.
Money Mindset, patreon.com/Coach Rick Adams. The link is in the description box below. Join today. We've opened up a few more seats on the $50 level so you can boss up and get into the action.
Boss up, nigga.
152 streams. Okay, we got Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We got some funny stuff going on here, and we're already warmed up and raring to go, but we do have an update from Name That City. We got Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Let's get into this action.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Straggles and Sniggles Theater. The comic section of today's show. This is going to lead into the main event, so you want to watch this particular stuff right here. Name That City, Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Apparently, what is it called when people get together? You know, they got all the SRTs, and they get together in the street, and they start doing donuts in the street, you know, that Fast and Furious stuff. What is it called? My son used to tell me what it's called. He used to go to a couple of these, and then the police come, and everybody get in their car and do Fast and the Furious and get away. What are those called? A car meet? There's something else it might be called. I might be mistaken here. Yeah, I guess it's a car meet, a takeover, a street takeover. That's what it is. Somebody said it's niggerism. All right. That's
the real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem.
Somebody's going to get hit. Somebody's going to get hit, you know, standing there trying to film. Some strag is going to fall out of the car. You know what I mean? As the car's doing donuts. But yeah, a takeover, a street takeover. Those are highly illegal, even to sit there and watch and take over a street, you know, but you know, that's something a young person does. You get your SRTs out there and do donuts. Well, apparently, we're going to take you to a city near you. All right. Let's go ahead and put this up on the screen. What is this, y'all? It says right here, they raided an AutoZone in the middle of a street takeover. Let's go ahead and take you to the scene here. Oh, no. Look at his hands all hanging off his rear end. Who wants to see them for this long? Shiesty mask. Somebody got a shiesty. And there's the street takeover right there. There it is right there. There's the street takeover right here. All right. They're doing the street takeover here. There's a bunch of cars here. Fast and the Furious. And, all right, let's take the volume down on this. We don't need the volume, but that was just for interesting. Take a look at this. All right, the weather is good. I can't really tell what city this is, but they're out here raiding. Look at all these roaches and cockroaches in there walking around the AutoZone. I guarantee you there's an employee that opened up that door as an inside job, too. All right, this definitely looks like an inside job. And what kind of dumbass niggy recording it? I mean, come on, you recording all these niggies with the Pookie Shiesty? They going in. All right, perhaps is there a catalytic converter in there? All right, my car got robbed of a catalytic converter, so I don't know if he got a muffler. What did he got? He got a jack. All right, everything but a job. All right, anything but a job. Watch out for your Facebook Marketplace for some of these items. As they used to say back in the 70s, it must be hot. I think that's hot. Apparently, this is the City of Angels, Los Angeles, home of the scandalous. But this could be any city near you. Los Angeles going niggy crazy. All right, goodness gracious. The niggies are going crazy. The niggies are wilding. All right.
Ninjas. As if we didn't have enough problems in this city.
Yeah, it happens. City under siege. City under siege. All right, apparently then the cities are fighting back, y'all. The cities are fighting back. Let's take you to the scene here. Apparently now, as a result of niggerism, the city's fighting back with some changes to up in restaurants and all of that stuff. No more Pookie Shiesty mags. No more Pookie Shiesty. No more do-rags. Let's go ahead and take you to the menu here. Apparently now the niggies are upset that the cities are fighting back. So right here, Poor Choices seems to be some sort of bar. All right, I see what they're doing there. I see what you did there. All right, Poor Choices have said no do-rags, no bandana, no sagging, no face tattoos, no athletic pants, no slides, no ski masks. There's the Pookie Shiesty mask. No muscle shirts, no sunglasses, 21 and up only, no paper picture licenses and IDs, and no large bags or backpacks. Not up for debate. Basically, what they're saying is
ninjas. As if we didn't have enough problems in this city.
We know who that's for. The Mexicans.
These flyers used to say no headwear, No fitteds, no sneakers, no sportswear, no Durex. Just say no niggas. It's less words. Just say no black people. It's less words. It saves you tons of money. But those flyers used to say no headwear. No.
Yeah, I mean, we know what happens. And can you blame them at the end of the day?
Nigga shit, nigga shit,
you know?
Nigga shit, nigga shit. Nigga shit, 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 nigga shit.
Based on what we previously saw, we can see a direct correlation as to why establishments would do this. And this sounds like the safest place on the planet. I mean, this is like the safest place you want to be at the end of the day. Sounds like I'm going to be there. I just have to I have to change my tank top. Yes, I can't wear my sunglasses, but we can wear my hater blockers. These aren't sunglasses. These are hater blockers. Anytime you want to keep niggies away, at least the worst of the niggies, you just raise the prices and put a dress code up and we're back to segregation. But anyway, I can see why they would do it. Anybody offended by this one? Offended by everything. What is it? Offended by everything, but something. Anyway, at the end of the day, we wish a nigga would. All right. At the end of the day,
I wish a nigga would.
Anybody has a face tattoo, you got to question your life, or you got to be a rapper, or you probably were in jail. We got Straggle and Go Theater continuing here. We have two. How many more videos do we have? Okay, we have Single Theater. Let's take you to Miami Beach. All right, for a guy who gets some free punani. Who likes free punani in Miami Beach? There is free punani in Miami Beach. All right, there is. All right, but it's not from who you think. So let's take you to a guy who has his meta glasses and he has a woman choosing him. As I always tell you, women do the choosing. All right, you gotta not let them allow themselves to not take accountability for their actions. These are women doing the choosing. Let's take you to Miami.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
What we get into tonight?
You said what?
So what we get into tonight?
Shit, whatever you want to get into tonight.
That's
Oh, that's how you feeling?
Yes.
Shit, where you want to go to?
Take me wherever.
All right, I got a little spot right down the street. We could just go right now. All right, let's go. Yeah.
Oh, the humanity. Wow. Men are easy, bro.
Wrap you in my warm embrace.
Okay. Men are easy as hell, bro.
I make it last forever, babe. I catch a glimpse of heaven when you let me wrap you in.
Hey, bruh.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
Men are easy. Ladies, if you're watching my show, you will not. I've been telling you for a long time, men are easy as hell. And dudes will be bragging about this, man. I was in Miami and this chick rolled up on some rollerblades and she was choosing. And then I took her to the hotel and I blew her back out. Now, not to say that I wouldn't have done the same. What I'm saying is I would not brag about it. Okay. I probably wouldn't twist the story to act like it was a baddie. All right. I get pussy for free in Miami all the time. I was in Miami one time and this woman rolled up and chose on the player. This is not the brag, bro. I mean, yeah, that's free, but this bitch probably fucked like 5 guys already. All right, that day. All right, she done been. I've had white chicks like this. I don't brag about my white chicks like this. You will not see them in the light of day, but I've had them. I've had them.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
I'm just letting you know it be like this, but I won't jump on the internet bragging about it. I mean, I'll just let you know. Yep, it didn't happen. They didn't caught me a couple times.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
But definitely not gonna come in here and brag. But this woman gonna suck a good dick with her thin ass lips. All right, for sure. She gonna suck the black off of you. I had a woman like this that sucked the black off my. Never mind. That's too much. This is a family show. All right, but anyway, just like gorditas, I got gorditas and tortas. I ain't bragging about it. You're not gonna see me put an edit of a video about them, but I got them. But this is not something to brag about. I'm just saying, man. Look. Dudes are easy. Dudes are super duper easy. I'm this probably was a good fuck at the end of the day, but she ain't getting no shine on me. But here we go right here. There she is right there looking like Skeletor, and she's a freak until the dawn.
Silence, you fool.
There she is right there, and she was choosing up real quick on a player.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Coach, you don't have to do that. When they really like you, they'll pull up. Okay.
What we get into tonight?
You said what?
So what are we getting into tonight?
What you getting into tonight? And look at the sunglasses. It is a black guy. Look at the sunglasses. It's a black guy. Okay. This is how black guys get through life lying on they. Look at this woman here. I mean, she's in good shape. She's definitely all of 60 plus years old. And she's probably, I can't say it. Kanye.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Man, these women be choosing out. When I went to Miami, and he going to go 3 days knocking the lining out of her punani. Talking about he get it for free. All right, but I'm just letting you know. And she spend money on you. When a woman like you, she'll spend money on you. Also, go with who likes you. You got to go with who likes you. This is an example of going with who likes you. Not who you like. You go with who likes you. So these are the guys that have these internet theories, and they'll tell you all this bullshit, but never show you. This is also the truth. All right, let me see. I wish I could see what his comments were saying.
Shit, whatever you want to get into tonight. Oh, that's how you feeling?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you feeling? Now he a player. Oh, that's how you feeling?
Shit, where you want to go to?
Where you want to go to? The place that you got.
Take me wherever.
Take me wherever. She choosing. Go with who likes you, coach.
All right, I got a little spot right down the street. We could just go right now.
There you go.
All right, look.
You can go. Now, here's oddly enough, people don't realize this. She chose the easy target too. Uh-oh. Here's the thing. We're calling her easy, but she obviously picked the easiest target. The young black guy who takes anything, the catfish of the marketplace, the easiest target, the easiest people. She picked the easiest guy. Let's take you back. I'm trying to put you on game. Out of all the people she rolled up on, completely out of the blue, she picked the low-class nigga. All right, come on, man. I'm trying to teach y'all. Out of all the people she could have picked, there's a ton of people outside. She came over directly to the easiest target, the nigga. I mean, come on. She was like, there's a 100% chance he's going. Cuz
yeah, that brother's.
Look at all these people here walking behind, men and women. There's a guy right there, although he's got a girlfriend. And look at the woman back there, nosy ass Pog in the back. Nosy ass Pog. She took the easiest target. There's a man right there. She didn't pick him. There's a man right there, but he's got a couple. There's a man behind her, Hector. Enrique didn't go for Enrique. All right, and there's a couple of niggas in the back wearing football jerseys at 37 years old, oddly enough. That's interesting. All right, but anyway, she chose the easiest target. So we might say that women are easy. We might criticize her. She's just a freak. But in order to get a guaranteed chance, she had to go for the lowest class nigga. All right. The game is to be sold, not told, but I will not tell you any lies. And he's going to go back to Tuscaloosa. He's going to go back to Birmingham, Alabama, and brag about it. But Hector already got that. Yeah, Hector already beat that up. Straggle and Sniggle Theater, we have a funny skit by a great content creator that I just discovered. His name is Olima Omega. All right, he's got some funny reaction videos on his Instagram. And I believe he has a massive following. Pause. He has basically takes short clips and then he puts himself and he interjects himself reacting in a very funny way. So this is what's going on here. It says right here, when your boyfriend takes you to see your actual boyfriend. When your boyfriend actually takes you to see your actual boyfriend. Now, what I'm telling you here is I've been trying to warn you of this. Just because you got a girlfriend doesn't mean you own that punani. Sometimes when you take a girl to a venue as a way to show her, because you're living through her, you're not taking her to something that you want to do. You're taking her for something that you think she would appreciate. You actually inadvertently raising her marketplace. You're giving her an opportunity to choose somebody better. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. But that's what happens. That's because you're living through her. Let me show her an example. She says she really likes Justin Bieber. I'm going to take her to see Justin Bieber. All right, so look at this reaction. You see it. This woman literally captioned this and put it on the internet. It wasn't him that put it on the internet. She put this on the internet. Oh, my God. Y'all men go get a wake-up call. When your boyfriend takes you to see your actual boyfriend, let's play the video here.
Everything you want. Hey, girl, let me talk to you.
All right, so here we go.
Hey, how's Coachella? She went backstage. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. We got Jim. We got the gym. Don't worry.
We got the gym, yo. Okay. So he said she went backstage. She went backstage, homie. Backstage, underage adolescents. How you doing? Fine. She replied, hi, son. I like to do the wild thing. Action took place. Hey, kind of wet. Don't forget the J, the I, the M, the Y. Yo, I need a body bag. Do me, baby. Let's go. Hey, do me, baby. We got the gym, brothers. All right. We're doing chest and triceps tonight.
Oh, the humanity.
All right. She done went back there. And you knew she was going back there because she said, yeah, well, she said that you liked them. She liked them. All right. So, we got Straggle Sniggle Theater. We're going to take you to the Passport Bros. All right. We got a Passport Bro here. In Vietnam. I was just in Vietnam, a wonderful place to go. If you got a chance to go visit Vietnam, I'm going to go back because I'm going to go to some other areas of Vietnam. And boy, did I have a time with the Vietnamese ladies. But Vietnam women doesn't want me to hit on her. We got cold approach in Vietnam, which I'm going to tell you, you don't have to cold approach in Vietnam. You don't have to cold approach in Asia at all. Some dudes will, some men will do it, but it doesn't need to happen. You don't even need $100, more than $100 in Vietnam per day. Trust me, $100 goes a long way in Vietnam. All right. You're going to waste all these hours approaching women. Anyway, enough about that. This guy, and you can see here, this is an older Vietnamese woman. This woman is probably 30 plus years old. Guys, you can get women in their 20s easily in Vietnam for under 100. All right. Now he's cold approaching this older Vietnamese woman. All right. But that's neither here nor there. Typical catfish shit. And look at my bro's haircut. I'm not going to talk too much about this guy right here. But apparently he cold approached her. I don't know if she's doing content or looks like she was doing some content. So let's see what happens here related to this.
I'm Vietnam. I'm Vietnamese.
For real?
Yeah. Why?
That's cute.
Bitch, don't try to hit on me. Hell no, no more black dick. I lost $250,000 to you guys. Your color too, bitch.
$250,000?
Yeah, $250,000. I'm a day trader.
Oh.
No, his name is Andre D. Johnson. He looks like this baby face cutie pie. But anyway, oh hell no. I don't know, but he was 31. I'm 41, bitch. Don't fuck with me.
So you don't fuck with younger guys?
No raisin, 41.
Oh, hell no. Oh. Well, it depends. You know, if dick is good, maybe.
The dick is good, maybe. So they're not in Vietnam. It looks like they're in Los Angeles. But she said, no, thank you. I already got finessed by one nigga and one is enough. All right. So they're in the United States. She's like, nah, one nigga got me. No, at the end of the day, no more. Gotcha, she's like, it depends, though. But here's the problem with this. 41. She does look good for 41, but typically smaller people do maintain their looks. She's neotness. All right, 41. I said 30s. All right, but you don't have to go with 41-year-old linglings. All right. You don't have to take 41-year-old linglings. You can go right down to 21 and keep her for 20 years, and she'll still look like that after 20 years. That's yeah, but anyway. All right, but his game definitely weak here. But she was like, nah, no more black guys. And she said she looked just like you, goofy ass, baby face ass nigga. You're tall. She still rejected that nigga, but she did leave it open. So there's a chance that he could get back in there if he wants to. We'll see. Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Somebody's going to say this, and this is true here. Somebody's going to say, well, coach, she looks good for 41. And I will agree, she did look good for 41. Now, it's not the age. I've actually tried to break this down a lot, but people refuse to hear me. It's not the 41 that bothers me because she can still get cracked. But there are 4 or 5 ways you can determine what a person's age is. She seems to be somewhat mature, but she seems to be somewhat childish. So her emotional age is all over the place. She seems fun and whatnot, but also she has experience, which is trauma, which we'll talk about how she's developed psychologically, how she's developed. So mentally, we know where she is, kind of all over the map. Psychologically, she's been traumatized. So her psychological age is over the place. Her physical age can be put down 10 years. All right. But also her age related to her fitness, her fitness age. We could tell she's not in the best shape. She's not in the shape she was at 21. So we don't know. But I think her trauma makes her less likely for you to want to be around her, even for a minute. So she is cute. She does age well. She's still smashable, but she's traumatized. We can see that, which makes her a bitch, right? She's going to be very bitchy, very controlling, demanding. She's going to want princess treatment. And then that's when you go, nah, I'm going to go to a 21-year-old Vietnamese woman, and I don't have to put up with any of that, right? So that's not just the age. She does look good. But again, what we have to determine here, that's why I'm the king of kings of this. This is how men get in trouble. And even women don't understand this. You can't just pick because she's cute. You can't just pick because she looks good for her age. You can't just pick because she's easy to access via sex. Now, you can do that for an hour, okay? For an hour of your time, you can do that. Maybe for a weekend, maybe you can do that. But once you go past that, you now enter into shark territory. Yeah, now you're in the shark tank, nigga. So just because a person looks good for their age and they seem fun and cute and all that, that don't mean nothing. All right. Not to me, it doesn't. Because once I go past the weekend and get into, seeing them regularly or seeing them often or possibly get into a relationship, now you enter into the shark tank. And now you're going to see why she's single at 41. It's going to be apparent. It's going to be apparent. In T-Way, we got some contributors to today's show that we need to acknowledge because you guys keep the show going, to be honest with you. Otherwise, I would just do Patreon and locals and then tell everybody to go fuck themselves. All right. And record some clips and keep it moving. But we need to acknowledge the contributors to today's show. Shout out to JC says Voltrax presents the Outbreak Tour. Oh, no. Hey, gentlemen, alleged Outbreak Tour. Okay. The alleged Outbreak Tour, he says, featuring Chris Brown and Usher, with special guests, the Cold Sores, performing their hit song, You Can't Get Rid of Us. Wow.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, shout out to you, JC, for that one, the Outbreak Tour. Well, hey, guys, for the people, the publicists, the managers, because these people watch me, guys. I'm Hollywood CGA. The celebrities managers watch me. All right, they're listening. What I want to say is everything he said, everything I just read, he said it. I didn't say it. He sent money in to say that, y'all. I didn't say it. All right. I was just reading what he said, but everything I said just is alleged. I ain't say nobody got nothing because I ain't trying to get sued like Cardi B. I ain't trying to get sued like Tasha K. All right, because that's what got Tasha K sued. I just want to let y'all know. That's what got Tasha K sued, by the way. Tasha K got sued for $15 million for saying the same thing. But for me, I was just reading what he said. All right. How much money did he send? All right. You can sue him for that. He sent in $7. Everything I said was alleged. I was just reading. All right. And I can barely read. Matter of fact, I'm broke, bankrupt. I'm gonna file for bankruptcy right now. Fuck it. All right. Hey, y'all managers and publicists and all y'all hanger-ons and schizoids, whatever he just said, I read that shit word for word, bar for bar. CGA ain't said shit. All right. Anyway, don't be looking at me. Anyway, niggas trying to get me in trouble. Anyway, let's get on with this. Shout out to Hustle Every Day. I got you already. Shout out to you over there. And we're going to continue matriculating this ball down the field, doing well. We're getting you through your work day. How about anybody at their job right now? Press 1 if you're at the job. Press 1 if you're watching me from work right now. Okay. Ecclesiastically. Shout out to our brother. It is. We got Sean Johnson's in the building. He says, go, Red Pill Ranger, go, you mighty morphin Red Pill Ranger. Appreciate you, Red Pill Ranger. All right, we appreciate the Red Pill Rangers because there are some niggas still in the non-acceptance phase of relationships. All right, we appreciate you for being here, Red Pill Rangers. All right, but we want you to heal. We want you to get over it. We want you to get your money up. All right, we want you to stop negotiating without leverage. We want you to stop broke dating. We want you to stop dumpster diving. We want you to at least get one bad bitch in your life, right? So you could be like, well, I don't need that. They actually ain't worth nothing. It doesn't mean that they're not worth anything. We just want you to get it off your chest. You know what I mean? Fire away. So anyway, we got that. Let's get on with the show. How many people press 5 in the chat? If you work not at home, you work around other normies and lemmings and NPCs. And what happens is you want to watch my show, but you done forgot your headphones. Press 5 in the chat if this has happened to you at least once. You're like, man, here we go. CGA going to be on. I got my work desk. I got my goddamn Lunchables and crackers over here. I'm on a tight budget. I can't buy lunch. You done packed your lunch. All right. And you ready to get out your phone so you can sniggle at your desk. But you forgot your headphones at. God damn. Damn, I can't listen to this nigga. Now you watching me. You just watching the screen. Shit. You like, I know this nigga saying something funny. Look at these clips. You can't even do it. Look at all these 5s here. All right, these 5s. All right, but you be at work sniggling in your corner. All right, that big fat woman from Human Resources come over in here. Hi, Jamal. All right, the women come over like this. Hi, Jamal. Oh, you're laughing kind of hard here. What are you watching? Who's that big ass milk dud head ass nigga on your screen? Okay, he looks funny looking. He's kind of handsome. What is his name? Coach. What is he, coach? All right, is he funny? All right, I want to hear. Can I hear? All right. Let me listen, Jamal. You be like, nah, you don't want to. Trust me, you don't want to hear this shit. All right, what he talking about? Matter of fact, I'm going to just go ahead and put this away. But forget you've seen anything. Here's a flashy thing. Look here. You don't know him. All right, you don't want to see what he talking about. All right, because he going liable to call you. What does he talk about? Coaching basketball? Is he a sports coach? Is he talking about NBA? What is he talking about? You're laughing. I want to hear. And you be like, nah. Nope. Go somewhere with your big soggy titties. And dudes, you're going to be trying to bang her out at the end of the day. How many of you nasty niggas are here? Any nasty boys in here be trying to bang women like this? Like, this is your peak bangs.
Oh, that's nasty.
These are your peak bang outs. Anyway, shout out to those ladies here. Hey, ladies, do you look like any of these women? You are appreciated. All right, let's see if we can get on to the next part of the show. We're moving the ball downfield. What's next? What's next on today's show? All right, I gotta see. I don't even know. We do have an update, so it's time to go back to the news desk here. It's time to go back to the news desk. We have an update of what's going on here. This is going to be Crime and Law CGA. We'll call it Crime and Law CGA for purposes known to help the show. Okay, Crime and Law CGA, we're back. We got a great segment here. We got an update on some cases that we have been following and reporting on previously. And some interesting stuff has been happening here. We're going to talk about one. Sherone Moore is the first one up. Apparently, he has been sentenced in the case of his home invasion case that he had. He was the former University of Michigan football coach. Michigan, apparently, during his trial, during his plea of no contest, he has been sentenced to probation. So shout out to him. This is actually proper. I believe this is proper. This is the least of his concerns. I mean, they were so concerned because he was facing some penalties, including being jailed here. So we do appreciate that he was properly sentenced here for being over prosecuted and set up. Right? He definitely was set up for the okie doke, all because the boosters wanted to fire his black ass and they couldn't. All right. So they got him up out of there and they got him a coach in there, a white coach that they think can take him to the promised land. They didn't expect that nigga to be up in there anyway. But it says right here, former Michigan football coach Sherone Moore was sentenced to 18 months probation. He's part of the goddamn penal code now. And it says, and fined just over $1,000. All right, just over $1,000 here Tuesday for 2 misdemeanors stemming from an incident at an apartment of a staff member, a white woman. Okay.
Where the white women at?
All right, that young white blonde stock factory issue plain Jane Punani. It says right here he had engaged in an appropriate relationship. Last month, Moore 40 pled no contest. So he pled no contest, which for people that don't understand, that basically is like, hey, the charges are the charges. I'm not going to fight it. All right. I'm not going to contest these. No contesto. And you can give me the penalty as you see fit. Now, this is not pleading not guilty. It's not the same as not guilty. You're basically going to say, well, listen, you got the evidence or enough evidence. I'm not going to contest it. Now, you do get favor of this. You get favor for this when you plead no contest. You actually get the benefit of saying, I never said I did it. I never said I didn't do it. You get the penalty. You get the favor of doing that. You also get favor in the eyes of the court because you're not going to waste any resources. You got to remember these city areas, these counties don't have a lot of money. So if you say you're not guilty, they got to put on a trial. They got to get a jury. They got to sequester them. They got to pay the jurors. They got to have their public defenders and researchers and their paralegals pull up evidence and submit exhibits. They got to put on a case. Could take a week or two. So that's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to put on the case in which you knew you were guilty as charged. All right. But you're rolling the dice, which we do have a freedom here to do so. And you're going to basically say you're not guilty and cost them money. Now, if that happens and they find that you are guilty for these, what's going to happen is they're going to throw the book at you. So they're going to penalize you for wasting their time and money and resources, right? Money, energy, attention, and time. You made us waste our money, energy, attention, and time when it was clear that we had evidence that was going to sink you. Now, because you made us waste our time, we're going to throw you in jail. So that's what happens when you plead no contest. You actually give favor to the court. The judge says, hey, yeah, I see it what it is. Certainly, if you have a public defender, you can negotiate these things and get a lesser deal. You can plead down. There's a lot of things that can happen. And in this case, he didn't admit that he was at fault. He basically said, well, your charges are your charges. Move forward and go ahead and sentence me. I'm at the mercy of the court. I'm at the mercy of the court. And so what happened was he pled no contest to trespassing and malicious use of a telecommunication device, a cell phone, involving a domestic relationship, his side biche, in exchange for dropping the more serious charges, including a felony. So the charges were dropped. People think the charges were dropped as a result of them not having enough evidence. That's partially true, but also the charges were dropped because he was willing to plead no contest to these misdemeanors. So a lot of people said, hey, the charges were dropped because they tried to set a black man up. That's partially true, but it's also true that they dropped those charges because he was willing to go ahead and say, yeah, let's go ahead and plead no contest. We're not going to waste people's time. Let's move forward. All right. So it wasn't just because they set him up and they discovered that it was a setup, which it was, but that's not what it is. All right. And it says right here, but here's my problem here. This isn't the least of his concerns. Okay. He was accompanied by his wife to the sentencing. Her name is Kelly, another white woman. Okay.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Shout out to my white ladies. And it says right here, Kelly, who was also barred from using drugs or alcohol, possessing a firearm, or having any contact with the other white woman, Shriver, age 32. Moore also was ordered to continue counseling. Now, let me just tell you, man, that's again, he's given up his freedoms to own a firearm based on this particular thing, which I think is egregious, but it's a part of the game. It's a part of the system when you are out here doing some of these things. I think that is very terrible because now you got to give up your amendment, your Second Amendment rights, and your right to do what? Have a drink. All right. Pop a Molly or a perk. Okay. Well, we don't need to do any of that. That's the healthiest thing to do. And he also can't talk to his side biche anymore, which is also healthy. And you have to go in there to the New World Order and get therapy and counseling. All right. And if you don't do it, they can throw your ass back in jail for a violation. New World Order. For men, one thing that I'm going to tell you about that people do not highlight enough. I'm a pro 2A guy. I think Americans should be able to own a firearm. I'm pro 2A, no doubts about it. Own it responsibly. But here's the deal. A lot of times a marriage, a domestic violence case will get you to surrender your 2A rights. That's one of the biggest things that happen that people don't talk about enough. So you get a restraining order, a temporary restraining order. You get a domestic violence case. You get a child support issue. You also get a divorce. Part of those, or you get a mental health diagnosis, or you're told to go to counseling or therapy because of an issue you had in your house, it all stemmed from the relationship. And now you can't own a firearm. You see what I mean? You've given up your 2A rights all because some woman made a claim, a false claim, a legit claim. You got into an argument and she got a restraining order. Even getting the TRO, temporary restraining order, you might have to turn over your firearms. All right, which I don't want to do. And then also, if you get a divorce and she goes in there and says you were abusive in a ex parte hearing, you got to turn in your guns. You get a mental health diagnosis, or they're telling you that you have to subject yourself to counseling. There goes your firearms. So that's another reason why I say people don't really understand the true implications of getting in relationships or a relationship turning sour. A lot of guys say they don't want to own a firearm and they can't. They can't own one. And it's similar to when men criticize passport bros. The reason why they criticize passport bros is because they can't get a passport. They got a felony. They got a felony for domestic violence or doing something that would prevent them from getting a passport. They owe back taxes or back child support, and they can't get a passport. So it's not an option for them. And so what they'll say is, well, I don't want to travel. Or they'll say things like, these guys that travel are tricks. Well, the reason why that's the case, it's not just because they don't have the money to do it or the ability to do it. It's because they can't do it because they have criminal past, or they have a domestic violence, or they have something like that they can't get the passport. Okay. Also can't get a firearm. Well, I don't really like firearms. They're going to say you can't get one. That's the reality of it. So anyway, enough about that case. That's an update on Sherone Moore. There was more to the story, but I don't give a damn. At this point, my give a damn is busted, but that's the least of his concerns. In my opinion, he also has possible divorce on the horizon within the next 20 or 30 years. That simply can come back to haunt him in this past situation of embarrassing his wife. She can hold that against him in 20 years. Okay. And he also has the inability to earn as much money as he previously was before he was entering in that white woman's body as a side chick.
Where the white women at?
Okay. And as you guys know, I tell men to not have affairs. All right. Now, I also think that if you go to a titty bar and let a woman motorboat you, or you motorboat, or the woman lets you motorboat her, all right, that's not cheating. But I try to help everybody out. I'm right here I'm a Libra. I'm trying to help everybody out and see both sides. All right. If he goes buy a little punani in a motel, that's not cheating. But I tell men to not cheat on their wives. If your wife ain't giving you punani, hey, man, suck it up, buttercup. You better figure out how to run some game on her. Here we go right here. We have more updates at the update news desk. We have an update on Diana Rousini. All right. If you guys don't know who she is, she's the ESPN or the New World Order's, what we call the New World Order's sideline reporter or insider. I don't know if you guys know, the media hires these women to be NFL insiders and they act like they're legit reporters, but most of them they're exchanging favors. They're out here in these streets hanging out with athletes, sometimes touching on them, sometimes, not all, but some. And this has been exposed for a long time. It's the oldest profession. You know what I mean? You got to give a little leg. You got to show a little leg to get a little information. How much is this worth? Let's talk turkey. You want the inside? You got to show a little leg. Now, people are going to say that doesn't happen. Well, it does. Diana Rousini was going out here having a relationship with the NFL Super Bowl head coach. And apparently she's got the raw end of the deal on this one because he didn't get fired, but she did. Now, I know the feminists and the women are going to say this is a terrible double standard here because he was married to the football coach, Mike Vrabel, in this situation. I'm not snitching. The world knows. Mike Vrabel was married and a coach as well. So the double standard is how come he didn't lose his job, but she lost her job? Well, ethics. NFL reporter Diana Rousini resigns from The Athletic over photos of her with the Patriot head coach. In the photos published by the New York Post, Vrabel and Rousini could be seen hanging out at poolside and in a hot tub and on a rooftop deck of a luxury hotel. You see the video here of the evidence. I covered this already for the people who are late to the show. I covered this last week, but there are the pictures of their, all right, doing a little thing and hanging out and all of that stuff. They was out here doing in these streets of Sedona, Arizona. All right. Oh man. And the Pavarotti was out there apparently. Now I believe that the wife of Mike Vrabel was the one who busted this up. That's just my opinion. Okay. But shout out to this skinny white woman.
Where the white women at?
And my opinion, it was the wife of Mike Vrabel that hired a private investigator, or possibly somebody had an inside tip that this meeting or rendezvous was going to happen, and possibly maybe the husband had something to do with this, and for reasons good. Apparently, this woman been out here talking reckless about her husband. Now, I believe this was an open relationship. I believe that the husband was cucking. I believe that he possibly was in the art of simping, meaning that, you know, he would do anything to save face. He possibly might be a situation where he all the way rainbow and she is the beard. There could be a lot of things that we can assume about this situation, or it could be that she was just cheating. We don't know. But she out here says right here, Diana Rousini says her husband, Kevin, lost attraction to her. Oh my goodness. Fans live it amid the Mike Vrabel affair buzz. And Diana once spoke about the lack of physical intimacy with her husband, Kevin, before her affair buzz with Mike Vrabel. Now, she also had said some other reckless things about her marriage and relationship, insinuating that she had done some strange things while on vacation in Miami that her husband doesn't know about. So she a freak until the dawn. Pump, pump. So she just a freak. And she's a freak that got married, and she obviously found a dude that was willing to marry her for whatever reasons he did. And she went ahead and said yes, but she said, yo, I ain't put my freak behind me. Okay. I ain't put my freak behind me. I'm going to be out here getting glazed still. And what better place than being around NFL coaches and athletes? I'm pretty sure the list goes long as to how many of these men she's been out here fraternizing with, but that's neither here or there. Let's give you an update on this one. It says Diana Rousini, an NFL reporter for The Athletic, is currently generating internet buzz. She's under immense scrutiny for what Page Six has released as a exclusive photos of her and the New England Patriots coach Mike Vrabel fraternizing with each other and cheating on each other, cheating on their wives. And it says Diana has made comments as early as last week, March 28th, 2 weeks ago, about having some issues with her husband. She once opened up that about certain behavior of hers that irked her husband, Kevin. During an appearance on Part of My Take, she said that she hated her reportage of the Philadelphia Eagles. For context, Kevin is an avid Eagles supporter, while Diana made a controversial tweet about the team. When the podcast host jokingly asked if her husband withheld physical intimacy due to her statement of the NFL team, she admitted that he did. Oh my goodness. Hey, coach, you need to get married. As I tell you, marriage is not a final destination. We need to stop treating marriage like a final destination, meaning that you get married happily ever after. That's just the beginning. You got to also overcome a lot of bullshit. If you think dating is hard, try marriage. Okay, people have problems dating. Wait till you see what marriage looks like. All right, it's even worse. It's like 100 times worse, meaning that it's 100 times more problems when you get into the marriage. You got 10 problems over here. When you get married, you got 99 problems. When you get divorced and single and live the free agent lifestyle, you got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. All right, so here it is right here. Said Kevin, stop giving her that pipe. That's crazy. According to this one, says Diana mentioned her dynamics with her husband has changed since she made controversial posts about the Philadelphia Eagles. She mentioned he didn't find her attractive anymore due to the same, hinting at the lack of physical intimacy. So she said, I'm going to go get the brakes beat off of myself. All right. And it says right here, she further said that Kevin told her nobody likes you anymore, like we don't have friends, due to her public remarks about the Philadelphia Eagles. The comment was originally intended as playful banter. It was just a joke. It was a joke. However, it has resurfaced and caused outrage amongst fans who found it concerning giving her past jokes about Kevin. Damn, Kevin, you kind of petty here, bruh. But as we know, NFL fans are sycophants, Raiders, but this kind of petty, Bram. This kind of petty. Right? You won't fuck your wife because what she said about the Eagles? Like, damn, homie. That's petty as hell. But Philadelphia fans are sicko fans. You guys are sick. Is it that serious, bro? I'm not gonna have sex with you because you said something reckless about the Eagles. Like, that's pretty sad, bro. All right. Anyway, I can't side with you on this one, Kevin. All right. I might have to, I might have not have sex with my ecclesiastical wife for some reason, but not because she talked shit about the Raiders. My wife was a Broncos fan when I was married. It was all right. And the Raiders sucked like hell during my entire marriage. Oddly enough, the Raiders started getting good when I got divorced. Well, now they suck again, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, damn, you're not going to have sex with this woman, this little Italian over here. Well, Mike Vrabel said, I'll pick up the pieces. I'll pick up that slack. All right, enough about this. But as you, wait, man, it says right here, Diana Rousini joked in 2021 on ESPN's Get Up that she didn't post photos of her husband because he is average. She asked that if I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too. These remarks on Kevin made fans think that she did not have respect for him. Yeah. Which allegedly led to a rift between them and made her prone to cheating. Really? Let's repeat this, bro. Let's repeat this. She talked shit about him on ESPN, said he was average. She married some. I've actually played this clip last week, and she said this. She said, hey, look, if I marry somebody beautiful, I'd post them all over the internet, but I didn't. I married someone average. Okay, so apparently he took exception to this particular thing and said, well, you an ugly, evil bitch too. You can go kick rocks. And then it says right here, fans said that she didn't respect him. As I said, in most marriages, she just tolerates you. She don't have no respect for you. All right, she basically is like, all right, this is what you're supposed to do. Damn the respect. So she doesn't respect him. And it allegedly led to a rift between him and said, well, it made me more prone to cheating because he was upset. His ego was fragile related to that comment of he being average. So he has a fragile ego. And then she was like, well, I got to go get deals, Nick, from some other men. You pushed me into his arms. That's what she said. God dang. Unbelievable. Marriage sounds good. Well, marriage is grand. And divorce is 50 grand. Hello. Okay. Pick your poison. Is that it with Crime and Law CGA? That's an interesting story there. That's a report there. Oh, we do have one more here on Crime and Law CGA. We have a woman, a female divorce attorney. She's been all over the gram, picking up audiences. I think it's a bitter Asian chick. All right, let's go ahead and show you who she is. I've seen some videos of her all over the gram. And I'm like, this is a divorce attorney. This is a divorce attorney from hell. All right, so there's the woman here. I don't know her name, but he's going to react to her video. This is our warrior lawyer here. Let's go ahead and find out what his name is. His name is Spencer Divorce Counseling. You can be found at Spencer.Divorce Counseling on the gram. And shout out to our other RP Manosphere related men warrior lawyers. We have the lead attorney. We have Jonathan C. Noble. We have the other brother. I always forget his name, but we got the other brother here that I was supposed to call 4 years ago. All right. He's been out here singing the gospel. You guys know his name, and go ahead and remind me of the brother's name. He's been going feral on the internet, and I actually knew about him for a long time. All right. And I had we have Dennis Sperling as well. He's a warrior lawyer on the men's side. Not him, but shout out to him too. And we have the James Saxon. Jim Saxon. James Saxon is the other one. Sexton. James Sexton. Pause. You need to put some respect on his name. James Sexton, Jonathan C. Noble, the lead attorney, Dennis Sperling. We have all of these legendary men that know the real. So this is a female divorce attorney. She's also divorced, just so you guys know. She's going to say something, and he's going to react to it on Crime and Law CGA. Here we go.
As a divorce lawyer, I can tell you that women are not divorcing men because they're bored or ungrateful. They're divorcing because they're tired of doing everything.
Tired of doing everything?
That's the story women tell themselves. I've handled over 2,000 divorce cases. I've heard this exact narrative hundreds of times. Women don't file because they're doing everything. They file because they've been building a case in their head for years. She told her friends, told her therapist, told everyone except the one person who needed to hear it, him. By the time she files, she's already the victim in a story he didn't even know was being written.
And as a divorce...
Let's go. Let's go. I've been trying to tell y'all that too. I've been telling y'all that for the better part, literally my entire Coach Greg Adams YouTube career. Haven't I been telling you that? Press 1 in the chat. I've been telling you this. They're building a case against you. They're looking to stretch out the marriage wheel. They've hit a certain segment of the marriage wheel. This is the bait and switch. They have screenshots. They have notes. They have diary entries. They have pictures of her with marks around her neck when you was choking her sexually, or where she can put it in the safety deposit box. She's told her mother-in-law. She told her sister-in-law, her brother, her brother-in-law. She done told everybody. She done told the counselor, the therapist, the goddamn PTA meeting, the principal, the assistant principal at your kid's school. Everybody knows. She done told the PTA. She done told the mommy makeover club. She done told the push stroller club, mommy's push stroller club. She done told everybody but your goofy ass. As I tell you, the husbands are the last to know. She's even told your kids. She told her side nigga. Everybody knows but you. She told the neighbors. She told the bitches she played bridge with. And it's all laid out before she files the claim that you've been an abusive, non-present father, an asshole, and a cheater, and you embezzle money. I want you to understand, even this divorce attorney, this male divorce attorney is telling you, she got that shit, that script is laid out. All she has to do is execute Order 66 and turn your life upside down. Real quick. And gentlemen, let me tell you this. All wives have this. Y'all not listening to me. As the great rapper, I can't remember their name. Y'all don't hear me though? Rodney and Joe Cooley, whatever those guys' name, Rodney O and Joe Cooley. I think that's what their names are. Y'all don't hear me though. I want you to listen to me. This is all wives, not some, all. Not some, all. Every married wife has what this guy just described. Now, some women stick around, some women don't. Some women fire and execute Order 66. Some women just put it under here for a rainy day. All of them got voice memos. They got you yelling and screaming and arguing, calling her names, ranting and raving. They got videos of you doing this. They got videos of you spanking your kids in the bathroom. All. They got text message screenshots. They got pictures of you. Some of them got private investigators. Some of them got shit like that. When she lose her phone, she thinking about all that evidence she's about to lose in her marriage. Journal entries, all of that. They got a picture of you. They got a picture of you yelling at your dog. They got a video of you yelling at your dog who done shitted and threw up all on the carpet. And you go to yelling, and she got a video of you doing that. Okay. Committed girlfriends, relationships. This is when I tell you, when people tell you, well, it's better to get in a relationship because these hoes be tripping out here, or it's better to do that because if you pay for women, they're going to come back. Look, pick your poison, gentlemen. There's no better lane. That's just what you're willing to put up with. What are you willing to put up with? Pros or cons? Because you're not getting out of this, bro. You're not getting out of shit. And then just when you think, my girl don't be tripping, my girl cool, just wait. Let's continue, bro.
Divorce lawyer, I can tell you that women are not divorcing men because they're bored or ungrateful. They're divorcing because they're tired of doing everything.
This is bullshit. I'm glad he called this out. I've been calling that out for years. Bullshit. He doesn't help with the chores. I'm doing more mental work. Just say your pussy don't get wet for him no more. Just say you want a divorce. Just leave. Just leave without nothing. Leave with the shirt on your back. Just pack your suitcase and leave. If it's so bad. Here's the thing. If it's so bad, why don't they just pack up and leave? That's the question of the fucking year. They don't pack up and leave. What do? They start hiring attorneys, developing an escape plan. They start calling in the intervention. They start hiring counseling therapists that can only listen to one side of the story. They start creating a narrative. They start trying to angle for financial safety and safety net and security. They start trying to get what they're completely entitled to. They start alienating the kids against you and why don't they just pack up and leave? You can leave anytime you want. Go. Why don't you come back? Why don't I come back to her Dear John letter? Dear John, I can't put up with this shit no more. All right. I have to leave. I'm going on to a better place. I done moved on in life. They almost rarely do that. What they do is they get they wind up the toy soldiers and the simp enforcers. They start calling Tony Gaskins and trying to hide up and Dave Ramsey, and they start calling up whatever that other dude is. They start building a case against you and coming out here trying to smell like the goddamn victim. And, oh, you poor princess warrior. Right? Here we go. This guy right here said, nah, fuck the dumb shit.
Tired of doing everything? That's the story women tell themselves. I've handled over 2,000 divorce cases. I've heard this exact narrative hundreds of times.
Hundreds of times. He probably represented women that had that narrative. And he probably represented men that had that narrative used against them.
Women don't file because they're doing everything.
They don't.
They file because they've been building a case in their head for years. She told her friends, told her therapist, told everyone except the one person who needed to hear it.
He reading this off ChatGPT. All right, because his eyes are moving sideways. Shout out to him.
By the time she files, she's already the victim in a story he didn't even know was being written.
That you didn't even know. I didn't know. Guys, you're going to be the last to know. That's why when guys say, I'm in a successful marriage, I'm like, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. I had a woman told me that her mama was going to divorce her dad because he wouldn't buy her a washing machine and a dryer. Apparently, you know, I mean, it's very difficult to live without a dryer, so I get it. All right, but he wouldn't buy her a dryer because he was being cheap, and she was ready to divorce his ass. Guess who didn't know? The father. He never had a clue. But the mom's daughter knew. Hint, hint. And they're still married. He still don't have a fucking clue. He don't know that story. And I was like, does he know this? She was like, no. I was like, damn. But that guy, that father will tell you how great marriage is and why you need to settle down and why you need to be a man. He'll you. I was like, you know, your ass is about to get divorced. You didn't go to Best Buy and Target or hot damn Home Depot and get her a dryer. You know, she was fixing to leave your goofy ass. He didn't even know. She was at the lawyer's office. I can't take it no more. He's abusive. He's cheap. He didn't even know. He 20 years later after the fact, don't even have a fucking clue he's about to get filleted out here. Anyway, that's Crime and Law CGA. How y'all liking the show? Do me a favor. Give me the likes. Don't pass the scroll. Mugga, 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 malo. New world order. All right, yes, man. The NWO is here. This is biblical. We have some supporters. We got about 3 supporters over here that we need to acknowledge. It is Velcro Electronics. I'm a part of the Shield, and if you're already a member, how do you access the discount codes on the courses, please? Thank you, CGA. You, the King of Kings. Shout out to you. For people that know what the Shield is, you're not a Shield member by, you know, we don't give you a plaque yet. But what you have to be is a contributor to the show on a regular basis. You have to be on Locals, and you have to be on Patreon. You have to be an active member. Now, what will happen is at some particular point, quarterly, periodically, situationally, flash sales, I'll give benefits to the members of the Shield. All right. So it's not an ongoing discount. So it doesn't mean that when you do all of this, it's ongoing because, well, I got to investigate if you're an active member of the Shield. So I got to actually confirm that you are. And periodically, I'll announce on some of the platforms, or I'll do a call to action. I'll send an email out and say members of the Shield get a discount. So again, the discounts are not ongoing, but I will lend them out as need be. I might feel good this weekend and say members of the Shield, and I'll only put it where the Shield members can look at it. You see what I mean? So that's what it is. And where did the Shield come from for people here? What we advise men to do is to wear this knowledge as a shield. Okay. As you can see, my logo has a shield. All right. So everything is for a reason. So the shield means, and this is a metaphor for how I want you to survive in this world. The shield means that what I report to you is not to be given to the ops. It is not to be discussed with your mother. It is not to be discussed with women you're dating. It's not to be discussed with your wife. Also, any strategies or tactics or any information that I give you about relationships, dating, and marriage is not to be given to them like, aha, CGA said that you're trying to gaslight and manipulate me, and you're ultimately out to destroy me via the marriage wheel, the bait and switch, like a bitch ass nigga. This is not to go on dates and talk about how this woman is trying to use and finesse you and that you bet she's on a junior college selling pussy. It is for you to gather information, not use bits of information against her because you're a bitch ass nigga. It's not a sword. This group is not a sword. A lot of red pill rangers and dating coaches and all of these people use information as a sword. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to strong arm these women into cooperation. So you're putting the sword right up to her carotid artery and telling her, you know, everything she's going to do, and you're not going to let her do it to you. And then, you know, on a daily basis, you're going to gather information against her so she doesn't manipulate and gaslight you. This is what a lot of men are doing. This was a lot of Max, pro-blacks. This is what y'all doing out here. You're basically taking information about the Fight Club, the Shield, and then trying to go out and report on what happens in Fight Club or the Shield. Not only that, you try to bring them to the goddamn meeting. All right, come watch CGA. I can't tell you, but CGA says it better. And you got this bitch looking at me like, who is this crazy nigga? I don't want to listen to this. And why are you listening to this guy? So what men have done, and this is, I called this out a long time ago, and people think I'm hating. I'm never a hater. I don't have time to hate. I don't even have the energy. But I actually said Kevin Samuels is bringing this energy in. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuel. This is no disrespect, but I want you to listen to me. I said when he was doing this, and I was at the time that he was doing this, we were kind of equal footing in terms of subscribers and attention and live streaming. And I said, he's bringing in the energy of men who are basically bitch ass niggas looking for a savior, and they're hoping to turn the tide based on how Kevin Samuels is dismantling women. I said, that's dangerous. So we do have a lot of people that have found me as a result of him not being here anymore. But I'm saying he's bringing in this energy by going mainstream. We can also say that Fresh and Fit going mainstream, Pearl Davis going mainstream. A lot of these people going mainstream opened up the space to bitch ass niggas. It opened up the space to bitch ass niggas. And these men resided in the space of kind of like purple pills or any remaining purple pill content creator, because what they're doing is they're trying to drive their numbers up and go mainstream and be known as the best person that knows information. And most of these niggas done got no experience with women. They've never been married, barely had a girlfriend. They take bitches on vacation. They don't fuck. Like, it's just crazy. And I said, a lot of these guys are bringing in men in the hope strategy category. So they're thinking that they're getting new information, they're enlightened, and that their job now is to go out and debate and argue and try to beat these women to the punch negotiating. And I'm like, that's not what the point was. Remember, there was a particular philosophy that said, go your own way. Like, we're supposed to eat it. It's done and go your own way. You don't want to negotiate. Just go over there to the corner. Those guys get criticized, but that's a plan, as opposed to trying to fight the CIA, the New World Order, the Democratic Party. It's a lose-lose. Debating, showing tactics and strategies on the internet that women can see. Like, guys, what you need to do is use it as a shield. You can't save it anymore. It's pretty cooked, just to let you know. And it's going to get further grilled. It's going to be charbroiled in a minute with a motherfucking open flame like El Pollo Loco and Burger King. That's where we are. All right. Ain't no saving this shit. Do what you need to do. It ain't coming back. Larry Bird's not walking through that door, fans.
Larry Bird's not walking through that door, fans. Kevin McHale's not walking through that door, and Robert Parrish is not walking through that door. And if you expect them to walk through the door, they're going to be gray and old.
So that's why we call it the shield. All right. That's one of the reasons we call it the shield, is because we want men to understand that this is to protect you. This isn't to use as negotiation tactics to change the culture. This isn't to try to get women to submit to you by demonstrating that you know and aware of what she's going to do. This isn't to stop the bleeding in your divorce by disclosing to your wife that this little ass nigga on the internet is telling you everything she did. And you're like, this is word for word exactly what she did. Let me tell her so I can make her aware that I know what she's doing. This is for you to go on a date and debate whether women should submit and cook and clean. This isn't for that. But we brought in a segment around 2021 of a space full of bitch ass niggas thinking that this is going to turn the tide and change the direction of where we're going. It's not. Protect yourself. But this is not a sword. The information I'm giving you is a protection. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I want you to understand that. Some people come in and they're angry, bitter, and the information that I give further angers them. You unsubscribe from me because you think I'm a nihilist. You think I'm bitter. You think I'm so-called black pill. And what happens is, inevitably, you go back outside and touch grass and you get your ass handed to you. You don't improve the situation. You don't improve other situations. You go out there and get lumped and go out there and try to find other content creators that will pacify you to give you hope. And I come out here and say, ecclesiastically, there's no fucking hope. All right, this is what you're going to get. And get what you get. Don't throw a fit. Or you can change the dynamics, money mindset, locals. You can change the direction of your thought. You can change the laws in your mind. Instead of going out here to change the laws in your mind and make life work for you. Most of you bitch ass niggas don't want to do that. Then you see what I'm doing to try to find fault in it. And I'm like, that's your problem. It ain't mine. You see me out here getting leverage and options and winning a game that you can't win. It is what it is. But don't get mad at me. You just a bitch ass nigga at the end of the day, you fat chunky ass nigga.
Look at this bitch ass
Every day I do
nigga.
this, I lose faith in men. And I actually find favor in women. Uh-oh. Every day I do this. And every day I do this and find how men react to my content, whether positively or negatively, the more I lose faith in men and I actually find favor in the position that women have. Because most of y'all niggas are sassy, bitch ass niggas, simps. Most of y'all niggas out here ain't doing shit, ain't worth shit. Most of y'all ain't popping, ain't hitting on shit or nothing. Most of y'all niggas are broke. Most of y'all bitch ass niggas trying to finesse women off a little piece of crumb pussy they got. And then get mad at me for running through 20-year-old women, calling me all kind of names out here that these bitches getting paid and they don't really like me and all of this shit. All this male jealousy shit makes me look at women and go, this is what y'all had to put up with? God damn. I would be a bitter feminist too, looking at what they got to pick from. I would vote for feminism looking at what you niggas are trying to offer them, which is nothing. Ladies, I would be out here living strong, independent life too, looking at you clown ass niggas every day. I would be out here dating the same 20% of men looking at you bitch ass niggas, you fat belly sagging pants, goofy ass, no, you neck beard, booger eating ass niggas, broke niggas. I would be out here too, dating the same 20% of men. Shit, if I was out here with a pussy, but I don't have one, it is what it is. It's crazy out here. I don't know what they looking at because I look at these bitch ass niggas. I see them bitch ass niggas in my comments. I'm like, oh my Lord. Complaining, well, you got to get a woman you like, and I want a woman for her mind. I'm trying to get her out here and get her soul. Oh my God. And niggas don't have two nickels to rub together at the end of the day. I'm like, bruh, I would be out here too. Anyway. And the male loneliness epidemic, which I once sympathized for these men, I now look at it and say, we need to literally get rid of half the population of men as it exists today. Where's Thanos at? Thanos, do your job. All right.
You could not live.
We can do without half the male population.
Where did that bring you?
I'm not saying we should do this. But we used to have things like war that would actually accomplish this. The leaders, the people in charge knew that most dudes ain't hitting on shit and don't contribute shit anyway. They ain't worth the sperm needed to procreate. They ain't worth the wife needed to be issued to them. They need to have a situation where they can't even afford to take care of the babies they got. Put these niggas on a plane and blow that shit up. Put these niggas right on the front line, cannon fodder. Put these niggas in the trenches and have somebody bombs over Baghdad. These niggas, kaboom! Had these niggas boots to the goddamn streets getting lit up. All right, they ain't hitting on shit. No, these niggas don't get to procreate. Right here. Strap them in goddamn cargo plane and crash it. Oh, man, somebody shot it down. I mean, listen, this is how you accomplish. This is how you thin out the fucking weak links. Hey, I didn't say this. I'm just saying.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you?
People are like, they're creating war. They're creating wars. Why don't they send their kids to war? Why send their kids to war? They're part of the elite. Let's thin out the herd of these goddamn broke ass niggas that ain't hitting on shit, uneducated, slack jaw ass niggas. Let's send them to war. It's not that we don't like the enemy. It's like we got to thin out the herd of the useless eaters out here. Knuckle draggers. We got to thin out the herd. We don't want these people procreating. We don't want these women getting wives and girlfriends and having sex. We don't want these dudes cream pieing top prime punani in there. We need to get rid of them. We don't need them out here pimping hoes. We need them out here getting blown up to smithereens. Come on, man. Hey, press 1 in the chat if I'm telling y'all the ecclesiastical truth.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
We don't need them on the internet complaining about what women have become. We need to get rid of these guys. Anyway, I'm starting to see this as a leader in the space of providing men with information. It's true. We don't need them out here bragging about getting free pussy, all right, and running game on women. We need these niggas out here in the army up in the morning at 5:30. We need them niggas marching, getting blown up by drones, all right, landmines, legs blowing off. New world order. The Mitch slapping has arrived. All right. And it's been far time. I've been slapped Mitches in a long time, but it's time to like these Mitches, these Mitch ass niggas the fuck up. Hey. We don't need them out here talking about how to hit girls up in the DMs. We need these niggas left, right, left. With backpacks attached to their back. With empty magazine clips. With only one swig of water in the canteen. You don't need these niggas rapping on the streets. We need y'all getting shell shocked and Agent Orange. All right, that's what we need y'all to do. Come back broke with missing legs and limbs. All right, useless eaters. We need y'all to just hunker down in the bunker like, oh man, they gonna get us, waving the white flag. All right, that's what we need half of the male population to do. Get the draft going. Let's get these niggas on here, man. Go do something. Be something. Be all that you can be. Find your future in the army. All right, I know you bitch ass niggas mad right now, but hey, yeah, we need you in the trenches, bro. We need y'all out here catching some shellings out here and trying to figure out how to survive and get out of it. You know what I mean? Crawling on your belly, and y'all out here trying to pimp hoes and run game and get free pussy. Put y'all niggas on the front line right now. Anyway. People are mad. Somebody's mad in here. They're upset. It's okay. But I might not always say what you like, but I'll never tell you a lie. I might not say what you always like, but I've never told a lie. And if you disagree with that statement, you a bitch ass nigga. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because when I'm out here talking about these women, I can't miss. But somehow when I talk about the weaklings of society, the useless eaters, the non-contributing factor of men, I'm wrong. How can that be, sir? How can I be batting 1,000 over here, but I seem to be missing and airballing over there? You're going to have to take the bitter with the sweet. What I just said is the undisputed truth about the state of where men are today. Y'all ain't hitting on shit. You're headed nowhere. You have nothing to provide. Y'all niggas out here trying to split bills with women who out here just lapping your ass at a single bound.
New world order.
Right? Most of y'all ain't got nothing to offer. Well, do the women got something to offer? Yes, they do. They got one of the most powerful resources that have changed history for hundreds of thousands of years. Pussy. The Virgin Mary had a pussy and delivered a child through it. We remember her, and it's been 2,500 years, nigga. She's still relevant today, dead as a doorknob. All because she had an ecclesiastical virgin pussy. We remember Cleopatra for not being a better part of the queen of the goddamn Mediterranean. We remember her because she fucked 2 Roman goddamn king emperors. She wasn't one of the better leaders of Egypt. She just had an ecclesiastical pussy that done turned the history of Rome upside down. All right. That's why we remember her. She wasn't doing nothing ecclesiastically good. We still talking about her ass today. Why? Vagina. Come on, bro. They got something they bringing. You just don't want to pay the full price for it or surrender to it. I get it. Women have been remembered for one thing, vagina. That's where they make their biggest impact. Sex. Access to sex. Who they had sex with. There's women that are 60-year-old can jump up right now and jump on the goddamn internet and talk about the past niggas that fucked their vagina. Tell me I'm not lying. There was a woman, and I'm kicking the reel right now. Y'all niggas leaving because y'all bitch ass niggas. There was a woman that got up on here. Her name is I can't remember her name, but she was a famous woman. I think she was a fitness woman. She was married to Ted Turner. What's her name? She was married to Ted Turner. This was around COVID, because when everybody was bored. She jumped up on the internet and said Marvin Gaye tried to fuck Jane Fonda. That's who it was. Marvin Gaye had been dead for 20 years. Plus, damn near 20 years he was dead. 25, 30 years. And Jane Fonda made headlines saying Marvin Gaye tried to hit that punani. And got whole bunch of people talking about it. That's how powerful their piece of punani is, bruh. She could just bring up the fact that somebody tried to fuck that punani. And people are gonna give them attention and talk about it. That's what they're bringing. Like, bruh, y'all better figure it out, bruh. Money and pussy. That's what's gonna run the world. It changes the world. We literally out here praying in churches because of a 14-year-old vagina. I want y'all to think about that. Y'all gonna say that's not true. Yes, we are. That is literally the standard you try to hold minor women to. A virgin pussy. Preferably close to teenage age. But that's neither here nor there, Epstein. Listen, the world operates right now. People killing each other for a 14-year-old virgin. People out here are judging people today for a 14-year-old virgin piece of punani. That's the whole goddamn story. Because let's just say this. Let's remove Mary from the story and see if the story's still hitting. Remove Mary from the story and see if the story still makes sense. See if you can sell that story. The story don't even fucking hold up. It don't even got legs if you remove 14-year-old virgin pussy from the story. The story don't even stand up without that woman. AKA this woman had a teenage vagina, and now as a result, our souls don't burn in an eternal flame. But you say vagina ain't worth it, nothing. Okay. Keep thinking that, you young incel, red pill rangers. It's the entire story. What about Adam and Eve? The entire story is that she went and talked to a dick and came back and realized she was naked. And then gave this nigga a forbidden fruit, and they both realized they was naked after talking, taking some side dick, aka a snake. That's the entire story. There was a snake that popped out of somewhere. What snake? What snake talks? Dick talks, dictates, right? So she went and found the dick somewhere else and then realized she was naked because the dick she started. And then came back, gave this nigga a forbidden fruit. Sounds like a pussy to me, but that's neither here nor there. It could be a Duke shoot. That's what the story sounds like to me. The nigga realized he could put his dick in the forbidden fruit, and they realized they was naked. But that's what I'm getting from it. But hey, y'all can go on with the story if you want. It's a metaphor for sex. It's a metaphor for sex. She went out there and the Christians are going irate right now. They're going crazy. That's not true, coach. But that's the entire story. And you're going to tell me Punani means nothing. Punani don't make an impact. It don't change the world. Kamala Harris ran for president. And the one reason she was able to even start the path to presidency is she was a sugar baby to a politician in San Francisco. Remove that moment from her career, and she is not in the annals of history to this day. Remove that part of her life. She is not known. She's a half. She ain't even black at that point. If you remove that. What does she bring to the table? Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. She's a lawyer. She's smart. She never would even been the vice president had she not been a sugar baby to Sweet Willie Brown. Now, do with this information as you will. It's nothing to be upset about. It's nothing to feel that you have less than, but it's the real. It's the real. And she was a 20-year-old sugar baby. And none of these things that I say are alleged. This is true. It's documented and stamped. Shout out to Jay says, Coach, could you briefly describe the importance of type of insurance and savings every working man would have? It is wild to hear that sugar babies did not have life insurance. And her family had to start a GoFundMe. Priorities first, lifestyle second. Well, I could do that on Patreon. That's Patreon material, Jay. But that's not surprising me that a woman barely turning 30 or 31 years old did not have life insurance. Okay, so most people are out here functioning way below the bare minimum. And I've been trying to demonstrate that by giving you this information. But again, the game is to be sold, not told. Go to patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams if you want to know the real. Most people, they don't have $500 to their name. And a lot of people don't have any ability to help other people if they disappeared today, if they were off, if they died. Now, people are flaunting their little wins here and there. But once people hit a breaking point or something like that, they go to jail, they die, you'll find out they ain't got nothing. They don't have nothing. So it doesn't surprise me that people have to do a GoFundMe. Most women are out here, they're just trying to land them a safety net, which is on the form of a man. There are women out here that are strong and independent, no life insurance. The only life insurance they got is the company issued $15,000 life insurance. And if they die, they owe. Their estate owes. Okay. That $15K ain't about to cover a funeral. But there are women out here just grinding for careers, no life insurance. And people think they're just going to get it when they need it, and they'll have it. Nah, bro. Hey, death comes for you. The Undertaker comes for you, bro. You gonna get to negotiate. And if you don't have your shit in order, which I've been trying to tell people, but I'm sick of telling people, the game is to be sold, not told. You're going to have to find the information and I'll sell it to you. Or you can go find it on YouTube University. But you guys will watch YouTube University and shit and don't even make a goddamn move. But what you'll understand is you'll make a move once you make an investment. So invest in yourself. All right. Young Domingo, thank you for all the guidance when it comes to bossing up. I'm 31 years old, and these are the messages that I never got from my dad, my uncle, and my grandpa, etc. My question is $100 a day a budget truly enough to get by in Cebu in the Philippines? What's a realistic amount daily that you're going to spend? $100 a day in Cebu. You can do decent in Cebu, $100 a day, but you're probably going to stay in a bad area. All right. In terms of hotel accommodations, when you travel, you definitely want to be in a position to have good accommodations. That's going to be primarily your experience. So $100 may not be enough in terms of providing accommodations, but it'll be enough that if I exclude hotel and of course airfare, that you could do very well in Cebu on $100. $100 goes a long way in these areas. Like taxis and Ubers, Grabs are going to be $8. Most of the time you can huff it. You can get in a tuk-tuk for $5 or $2. You can get by on it. You can eat food in Cebu in the Philippines for $3 and $5. All right, but you're not going to be out here taking pictures and fishing and shit like CGA and going on excursions. You're going to be at hole-in-the-wall bars with 48-year-old Filipina chicks, working girls, okay? Certainly if you're getting some punani, $100 a day coming up short, even for the ugly old bitches out here that are out here trying to get all the expats and the GIs, okay? So $100 is far subpar, even in the punani area. So if you're trying to get some punani, and certainly ain't going to date no woman unless you got amazing charisma for less than $100. All right, but I mean, you're gonna need 75 for even the old washed up broads. You're gonna need at least $75 for the old washed up broads. All right, but you can get by if you're not doing any of that and you're just gonna run game in Cebu, which would be a waste of your time. You're gonna come up missing. Where's everybody? Anybody in Cebu City? All right. What these guys don't tell you is they be like, I went over there and I didn't have to pay. Bro, they had some washed up. You're not getting prime punani in the Philippines or in Thailand, running no game. You getting slump busters, booger wolves, not cockeyed, knock knee, 46-year-old single mother selling you some punani and Makati. Barely a woman, half lady boy, a transitioning lady boy, and so forth and so on. You show me a picture of what you knocked down in the Philippines. Show me a picture of what you knocked down in the Philippines that you didn't have to pay. Show me. I always tell these guys, look, when it comes to men, I lose faith in men every day because they'll brag and I'll be like, okay, show me a picture. Right? So like, okay, receipt. Let me see a receipt. And they disappear. 99.9% chance you're not going to hear anything. They'll come up with an excuse. Well, I don't take pictures of anybody. Bro, everybody takes a picture. Everybody's taking a picture of that one girl and she was getting dressed and you went ahead and snapped. That's what we do. Stop the bullshit. Everybody takes a picture, at least one picture. She sent you a picture on WhatsApp, nigga. Like, you met her on a dating site. You snapped the picture as a screenshot. Come on, bro. We're not going to do this shit. We're not going to do this shit. If she was a gorgeous woman, you certainly would have snapped the picture and be like, damn, look at what I popped up off on in Thailand. You would have snapped a picture of a gorgeous woman that just happened to just be throwing you some leg right there on Walking Street. You would have snapped a picture. We got phones. We got evidence, nigga. Don't come out here just talking. Go ahead and send me the evidence real quick. We got DMs, Twitter. We got all kind of shit. I got a WhatsApp number, nigga. You can hit me on the email. Look at what I was knocking down. You won't do it because you're over here selling wolf tickets. Right? You can't fool me, bro. It is the year of the receipt. Receipts can easily be shown anywhere. I'm not going to share it with the audience, but you could just simply send me a receipt, nigga. You could go give me one of these CVS receipts where that shit is just long and then they throw a coupon in the motherfucker. Like, bro, receipts can be shown. We ain't listening to no lip service and lying ass shit. Shout out to Eric Scott Sermon. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. But what I'm telling you is men lie. They lie to kick it. They lie to kick it. They lie to sell you a dream. Show me receipts. It's that easy. And when I show receipts, guess what? You don't even believe it. I mean, this can't be true. This must be AI. He must have paid her $500 and wined and dined her and did this. I was like, bro, she doesn't get $25. He must have paid her a lot. I was like, how much did I pay her? This dude was like, you wined and dined her. You provided this. You did that. I was like, that girl got a pair of shoes. She literally, that's all she got. A pair of shoes. You know why she got those shoes? Because she wore white shoes to the ATV ride and I ruined them. They got mud all over them. And I was like, I feel bad. I was like, let's go to the mall and get some shoes. She was happy. I bought her some shoes. That's what she got. But apparently I wined and dined her, provided this and that, paid for her cousin's family. I paid her rent. Like, what are y'all? Again, even when I show you the receipts, you can't even believe it could be that easy. But what I'm saying is men, I lose faith in men every day because they just can't. They got to make up some things. He the head of the CIA. The New World Order's paying him to put this message for her. I'm like, so it's even sad. Brayon officer says your Bruce Wayne method stream on Twitch was definitely needed. Time to go ghost and time to lock in. Go ahead and follow me on Twitch.
Better boss up, nigga.
For sure. For sure. But I lose faith in men every day. I mean, because I literally giving y'all a chance. I tried to give y'all a chance. I tried to give y'all the game. But y'all didn't win and turned on me. We got our brother here, last couple. Clarence says, NWO, I got money. Let's give you the sound effect real quick. And that's a sponsorship.
I got money. I'm rich.
Shout out to Clarence, ecclesiastical Clarence. We got DJ. Fuck yo, DJ. DJ said, here's a tip for that booger earring ass nigga roast. Shout out to you. He says, I'm using that all summer. Booger eating. That's what you should say it. The booger eating ass niggas. Niggas be eating boogers, watching you live life and saying you. The booger eaters. DGC Moore, last one, says, all of these hope strategists who want a girl to love me for me type ass niggies. He says, if you give these guys 72 hours to write 10-page essay or a manifesto about who they are, these bitch ass niggies could not get past a paragraph. He says, let that marinate. 50 to 80% of men are suboptimal. And then you all blame the women for picking that. But yeah, they're suboptimal. I'll always ask you and tell you, who are you? Tell me who you are. Ladies, I want you to listen to. This applies to you. This applies to everybody. Tell me who you are. Now, tell me who you are, not in relationship to your name that was given to you by your parents. This is a hard thing to do. Don't tell me what your name is because that's a given name. All right. If you go travel overseas, they will say, what's your given name? That means your parents gave it to you, and they probably gave it to you for a wild variety of reasons. They even made it up, or it was another family member's name. So that don't count. Then your name was you inherited your name based on some sort of family lineage. So that's not you. All right. That's what your parents named you as. That doesn't even know. You're not defined as that. Now, who are you outside of your job? Because then what you'll tell me is your government given name, and then you'll tell me what your job is. That doesn't define you. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's how you earn money. Then you might tell me, AKA chapter 3 in the Free Agent Lifestyle book, that your religious affiliation. Well, your religious affiliation just tells me what your family's religion was or where you were born regionally. Because certainly if you were born somewhere else or your family was in part of another religious or cult, you would be that. So you might say, I'm a Christian first. That doesn't tell me anything. That just might tell me where you were born or what your religion, your family practice. You inherited that too. I'm a Christian first. That just tells me where you were born or what region of the world you were in. Like, say, for instance, you were born in a Muslim country. You were born in the Middle East and you became a Christian. Now, that might tell me something. Okay. That'll tell me more about you, because that would be not the norm. You actually looked at the evidence. You was indoctrinated over there with Islam, and you said, nah, hell no, I'm going to make a righteous decision, and I'm going to go off a limb and take a risk and practice Christianity. Well, that would be brave. How did you arrive at that? That would be an interesting conversation. But to be born in a Christian nation and tell me that you're a Christian means nothing. You took no risk. You basically were taken to Sunday school, and they hit you over the head with the story over the top. That's all that tells me. That don't tell me shit about who you are. Nigga, that was an easy choice. And you probably didn't have a choice at all. All right. Your parents probably forced you into that, but that's neither here nor there. Now, when you tell me any political affiliation, most of the time you inherited that too. Most of you black ass niggas were voting Democrat because your mama and your grandma voted for JFK and Bill Clinton. Now y'all niggas out here acting like y'all made a choice to become a Democrat when you didn't have no motherfucking choice at all. As a matter of fact, if you were in the 5th grade talking about you voted for Ronald Reagan and George Bush, y'all and George W. Bush, y'all niggas would have been ran off the fucking block. Okay, but now you sitting at home as a mature adult and then pay some taxes to losers, and then now you realize I'm gonna be a conservative. Well, that was a shout out to you. I'm glad you woke up. But that you didn't have no choice in the matter. As a matter of fact, if you told your family right now that you voted for Trump, you lose your family overnight. So you didn't get that motherfucking choice at any point. You were indoctrinated or bullied into that possible shit. You were born into it. You inherited that motherfucking political affiliation. More than likely until you woke up. And the same could be said about white conservatives. Y'all were handed that shit on the fucking platter. You didn't have a chance to come out here and tear your grandma's life apart and be written out of the will by telling them you voted for motherfucking Michael Dukakis. Because you knew you would be written out of the fucking will if you told them that you voted for motherfucking what's the other nigga name that lost to George H.W. Bush. You voted for Al Gore. You be written out of the will, nigga. So that's not a thing to tell me about. You took no risk in that. You were inherited that. You were bullied into it more likely, and you were literally propagandized to be that. Like you didn't have a choice. So that's not brave of you to tell me your religion, your political affiliation, your name, and what you do for a living. I'm glad you do something for a living. They used to name people based on what they did for a living. Baker. Okay. Blacksmith, Smith. These are things that people been named after. Nigga, that don't mean shit to me. Mason, shoemaker. All right. These are all things that people been named after. All right. So that's great. You were probably inherited. That's what your grandfather did. Your father did that. You came from a lineage of men that did that. You were named. So what? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to give y'all the game. Who are you, as DGC Moore said? Who the fuck are you if you eliminate those things? Most of y'all couldn't come up with a paragraph. Not only that, you'll tell me where you were born. I'm from Detroit. They name people after that. They name people after that. Where you were born regionally, west, north. They name people after directions and where you were born regionally. This is not new shit. Who cares if you're from some shithole? I'm just letting you know. Most of you guys can't define who you are outside of these boxes. You don't even know who you are when it came down to it. Tell me who you are. You don't know. You don't know who you pray to. You don't know who you work for. You don't know the CEO of your motherfucking company. All right. You don't even know who casts the checks and write the checks. You don't even know these things, but you define yourself as these things. And most of them don't mean anything. They don't yield any results in your life. Because if they job laid you off, nigga, the CEO of that company don't matter no more. I don't care about your degree and all of that. I guess maybe the degree. They tell me where you've been indoctrinated. I went to Cal State Fullerton. All right. That's where your indoctrination comes from. Do you use your degree? Nope. So it don't matter. This is too heavy for y'all. This is too heavy. We're going on. So you know what? Let's lower the frequency a little bit and bring it on down. What you see of CGA is only a dimension of CGA. I'm multidimensional. That's why I call myself the King of Kings. And I know you're going to say, well, Jesus is the King of Kings. That's your fucking opinion. All right. They didn't say there couldn't be another King of Kings. But that's neither here nor there. I'll just show you a little bit of what I'm capable of. I could talk about more things than women in relationships. But this is what the channel is about. This is what keeps your attention, you Mickey Mouse ass niggas, right? But I can give you more, but you can't handle more. You can't handle more. So I'm going to just go ahead and lower the frequency for the Mickey Mouse niggas in the back. All right. For the people who have low attention spans, we'll bring it back on down. We'll turn the heat down a little bit and get your attention and give y'all a little bit of bread and circus. Who wants that? Press 1 in the chat if you want to bring it on down. Getting hot in here. He said, God said all men are kings. Facts. Shout out to you. And we was kings. All right. And also your race. That's another thing. Well, I'm a black man. No shit. No fucking shit, bruh. As if I couldn't see you were black or you were white. Matter of fact, most people that say they black ain't even black. Most of y'all light skin, caramel. Most of you niggas are dark brown, light brown. Maybe your ancestors was blacker than the motherfucking trillion midnights, but you ain't black. Now, what about white people? They not white neither. Those are legal definitions that white people, Europeans, use to subjugate black people and niggas. So these are just legal terms that you can look back at the law so they can reflect lessening your rights and granting them rights. Them white people are pink, liable to be blue, green, ash, and gray at any moment. White people ain't white. They kind of pink and peachish. Then y'all run overseas talking about you black. No, you're not. They don't even look at you as black. They look at you as nationality. Where are you from, nigga? Because them niggas, you could be from Kenya, Nigeria, or America, or a wide variety of 50 countries from Africa. We don't care what your skin color is. We want to know what your nationality is so we know how much money is in your motherfucking pocket. That's what we want to know. All right? They don't give a fuck about skin color. Because in their side of the world, you can be from anywhere, not just America. But this is too much. Let's turn it on down. I said I will turn it down. Nobody gives a fuck you're black. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't admit that I was black, to be honest with you. Only if I'm trying to fuck some other woman of another race, I might admit it. But I wouldn't even admit that I'm black. Like, why would I admit that I represent the fucking lowest respected people on the fucking planet? Why would I admit that? I belong to a group and identify with people that represent the fucking lowest production, the lowest goddamn ethical group on the goddamn nation. Like, why would I even admit of being a part of that group culturally, historically, or any of that shit? But that's neither here nor there. And somebody's going to say, that's not true. Let me pull up where you land on the economic chart. Let's pull it up. Y'all, I told you I was going to turn it down. I was going to turn it down, but y'all niggas want to turn it back up. Y'all want me to turn it up or you want me to move on? You want me to turn it up or you want me to move on? You want to argue or just say, Coach, you right. Coach, you right. Just keep it going. Or you want to unsubscribe and go find something else to watch. MTR might put out a video. Y'all want to turn this shit up or y'all want me to turn it down? Because I can. Don't argue me with this shit. I'm giving you the real. All right. Just because you don't agree ain't mean I'm not right. I'm right. I can turn this shit up. For people that have been on this goddamn continent for 400 years, y'all niggas still landing at the bottom, and everybody that came in the last 50 years done surpassed you niggas. Why would you admit that you're black? I don't get it. I'm not a part of these niggas' culture. You don't even have a culture, nigga. Like, what are y'all talking about? Let's turn this shit up. Y'all want to turn it up? Turn this shit up. There it is. Income by ethnicity. Look at this. Bottom. And I don't want to hear gross domestic product. We make this much. We generate this much money for the economy. I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro. Y'all waste y'all money on stupid shit. And then do a GoFundMe because y'all niggas ain't got life insurance. I got millions of dollars of life insurance in case one of you bitch ass niggas try to take my life. And my son gonna be richer than the motherfucking bitch. All right, but that's neither here nor there. All right, let's continue. Down at the bottom. Now, you can do something about this, but by the time you done something about this, I done moved on to another goddamn place. All right, but there it is right there at the bottom. We started from the bottom, now we here. But y'all done made Tommy Hilfiger rich and got nothing for it. Y'all done made Adidas rich and got nothing for it. Y'all done made Air Jordan rich and got nothing for it. Y'all done made motherfucking Tops, Black and Mild rich. Malt liquor companies rich. 40 ounce, Old English, St. Ides rich. Marlboro, Newport rich. Y'all don't want to turn this shit up. Tell CGA to turn this shit off. This guy over here cooking. Hennessy, rich. Y'all would think niggas own Hennessy. They don't. You would think niggas own Hennessy and they don't own Hennessy. You would be shocked. And here you lie. Cadillac, rich. Let me stop. He said, turn it down, coach. Turn it down. Hellcat, rich. All of these companies are literally attributed to you as a stereotype, but none of y'all own nothing for it. All these strong and independent women that made Nissan with the Ultima rich. You literally are the picture of the person who drives the Nissan Ultima and ain't got nothing to show for it. As I said, why would I admit that I'm black? Why? Why would I admit it? It looks like the dumbest thing you can actually admit to. Like, I'm part of a failed group that keeps shooting itself in the foot and producing the most failed citizens of our country and region. Now, don't be mad at me. I'm talking about culture. Why would I admit it? You might think I'm that, but I'm not going to admit to it. Y'all niggas done made Starter rich, Cross Colors rich. Y'all done made all these Jewish record executives rich over hip hop that you owned, but y'all niggas do nothing but die over it. And meanwhile, these Jewish people run off with the goddamn bag. Tell me I ain't lying. Y'all need to clip this shit for somebody to hear. Asian hair rich, Indian hair rich, Korean selling Indian and Asian hair rich. Y'all go in there and make your rap lyrics and y'all name 50 marketing brands, none that you have any affiliate links to, rich. I wear this. I wear Cartier. I wear Louis Vuitton. I wear this and that. I got this Glock. I got this. You done made all these niggas. Your whole song is nothing but branding, and you ain't contact one of them companies to say, hey, you want me to go ahead? Y'all name songs after the brand. And then niggas go out and buy that exact same thing. Now, you guys know I typically don't do that. Even if you say, coach, what glasses are those? I won't even tell you. I won't even tell you. Why? Because I know y'all niggas, 5 of y'all are going to run and buy it. And then I'm going to ask you for $10 a donation and you're going to call me a grifter. Coach, where you get that shirt? Where you get that watch? Where you get them glasses? I'm not telling you until I have my own set of glasses to sell you. Okay, Because why would I send you out there to buy $200 set of glasses and you won't give me a $200 super chat? You won't hit me up on motherfucking Money Mindset and subscribe. Oh, you a grifter. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm supposed to represent this group proudly, loud and proud. No, this group is nothing but a failed culture across the board. And then you look for solutions as to fix it, or then you want me to provide a solution. And then you got Andrew Wilson providing you a solution. And you say, well, at least he tried. And I'm like, he has no skin in the game. Let's turn this shit down. All right, let's turn it down and get back to it. The show's off the rails. I'm supposed to provide solutions. I've been alive for 50 years and I've seen this shit get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And most of it is because you don't control the facts or forces that can provide the solution. So there's no solution. And y'all produce offsprings of losers. All right, that none of these niggas are going to listen to you. I can't go down to O Block and tell these niggas they need to get their life together. I can't go down to South Central LA, Nickerson Gardens, and tell these niggas to get their life together. I can't go down to motherfucking New York. I can't go down to Marcy Projects and tell these niggas to get their life together. These young niggas age 15 to 25, them niggas ain't listening to me. And they are the main people that you need to get their life together. They ain't listening to me. So why the fuck I'm gonna waste my time going to get shot in the middle of the goddamn street selling t-shirts at Marathon for you niggas to get your life together when y'all don't want to do nothing but gangbang and smoke dope all day and get handouts. I'm not about to waste my fucking life. Right. To try to prove to these niggas that I'm a upper, higher class thinking nigga. All right, what I'm gonna do is move away from you motherfuckers. That's what I'm gonna do. And stand over here somewhere in the middle of goddamn desert popping my shit where you can't find me. But that's neither here nor there either. But the last thing I'm going to do is go slang bean pies on the corner and have you niggas try to get your life together when you want to throw it away. Then I'm going to travel 9,000 miles and put hands on little Filipinas. But that's neither here nor there. But I won't even drive 90 miles to the middle of Los Angeles and talk no shit. When all y'all want to do is claim that you sell bricks and that you some sort of kingpin. All right, hey, that y'all do that. Keep doing it. Y'all been doing it the better part of 40 years. And how's that working out for you? Okay. I can't stop y'all niggas from wanting to be rappers. So you can sign a 360 deal and rob Gucci Man at the end of the day when you go to prison, living out your fucking life like it's a rap song and a rap video. Then come out and go right back to prison. All right, hey, listen. I can't help you. What I could do is tell y'all niggas to get on a cargo plane with some army fatigues and jump and don't pull the rip cord. That's what I probably would tell you as a suggestion, but that's neither here nor there. All right, but don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not the one causing the problem. You would need to find out who causing the problem. And it's probably someone in your family, someone that lives near you, someone who looks like you. It ain't me, though. Don't blame me for this shit. I didn't start the fire. Ooh-wee. All right, I'm cooking a little bit too hard for what's probably reasonable for YouTube. So I'll bring it back down. Let's talk about women. All right, let's talk about some women. Let's talk about these hoes. Instead, these niggas won't jump out of a plane and not pull the ripcord. They want to have sex for women for free and produce offsprings that go and try to kill each other at the end of the day, and they bragging about it. But that's neither here nor there. I at least wear a condom with my 304s, and I send them back to college dorm with a slice of pizza. But I'm the problem. I'm messing the game up. He said, watch your tone, mister. Let's talk about these women. All right, that keeps your attention. We got Red Pill Rangers to report on clavicular and Sneko in news. All right. News for incels. News for middle school and high school incellers. Your favorite content creators are in trouble recently, and it ain't my fault neither. And nor am I jealous of these bitch ass niggas. Let's continue. Don't put that shit on me, bro. Sneko gets sucker punched on the stream. This was, I believe, reported as early as last night. Sneko, y'all's hero, y'all's king. Is this your king? Right here?
Is this your king? Huh? Is this your king?
All right, this is y'all's king. All right, so here.
You did.
Oh. Okay.
What the?
Hey, bro.
What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro?
All right, so this is what happened. What the fuck? Yesterday, Sneko being a part of In and Out of the Manosphere. You know, he's hooked up with Kanye and all of this. Oh, there he goes, skedaddling. Somebody running. All right, damn, bro. Oh my goodness. All right, got him at the end of the day, man. He got a
Gotcha, bitch.
He missed a punch. He missed him too. He could have got that jaw, and he missed him and had to go with a rear naked choke. All right, but this is what y'all get. Y'all gotta have security running around here if you're gonna talk shit on the internet, bro. All right, but now he getting taken down. Sneako's a kind of tall guy too, but he definitely bird chested. He definitely skinny. And he got taken down by a little hipster. He got hipster. And his cameraman skedaddled on him, ran. Oh, man. That definitely was a sucker punch. He got clocked looking at his chat. All right, but that's man. You listen, I was doing IRL streams for a minute, and I was like, nah, I'm giving people the drop. Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. But how he missed that punch? That was a wild one. That was a wild one. You always got to be aware of your surroundings at all time as a man. Speaking of Red Pill Rangers, we have the most recent crowned king of the manosphere. All right, his name is Clavicular. A lot of people don't know who he is. I think he's a 20-year-old man here. Yes, his brainstem is still developing, but he is the king of the looks maxing community. What is looks maxing? You might ask, Coach, what is looks maxing? From what I understand, it is basically developing a part of your persona that matters and then discarding the rest. So I don't have to get educated. I don't have to have a personality. I can be rude and crude. I can just focus on my looks, my fitness, my facial features, my jaw, my hair, right? And looks maxing also includes taking drugs to be able to accomplish this. So it's not unhealthy to take PEDs. It's not unhealthy to take anything drugs related to sharpening up your areas of your facial structure to look a certain way. And it also doesn't help to try to be nice or have a good personality. You're maxing out on the looks. All right. So that's what it is. And that's what I think it is. I've learned that that's what it is doing a little bit of research. So looks maxing. All right. But nothing else. All right. No matter if you got money or not, riches, but he became rich with this philosophy. Looks maxing is what he is the king of the movement of. And this works for young men because you're like, hey, all I got to do is take a couple steroids and big up my chest, and then I can still diss women and clown women type shit. Right? So this is looks maxing community guy. His name is Clavicular, and he was actually a part of that rainbow stream of the manosphere where they was all dressed up together like Avengers. Remember that shit? I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Niggas was saying, you jealous you wasn't there. I was like, I wasn't going to go to that gate. Never mind. But now I'm a hater. 20 years old. Apparently last night, as Sneko is getting snuck attacked, Clavicular has been hospitalized after suspected overdose. Oh, no, man. My God. I mean, listen, I have heard that he does take drugs. This is not a secret. This is not a secret. He does indulge in very heavy drug use. I mean, hardcore drugs. I think meth is one of the drugs. I mean, I might be making an assumption, but he does not shy away from talking about his drug abuse. Apparently this is caught up to him on a live stream. Apparently he's okay, but we're going to report that this did happen because, you know, I'm reporting from these streets. This is also an example. He does a lot of infield and cold approaching too. Much content is infield cold approaching, and he has nigga bodyguards, so he's not going to get sneak attacked or sneakoed. So that's smart business. And this is an example of sneako. I mean, I'm sorry. This is clavicular. As you can see, he's tall. He does, he represents what I would call Chad-ish behavior, Chad-ish looks. He kind of looks more preppy than Chad-ish. But let's play the video.
Damn. You guys are lucky I'm practicing my cold approach today. What? Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
All right. Yeah, apparently that's his cold approach there. I mean, that's very close to Andrew Tate-ish. All right. A 10 transgender is better than a 1 woman. I suppose this is good. Yeah, that's what hey, guys, this is why I've been telling you cold approach is not a good strategy, because you don't know who you're or what you're approaching. I mean, it could even go. I mean, this is rare, but boy, oh boy. All right. Y'all worried about ladyboys in the Philippines. You got ladyboys right here in Miami. All right. It happens, brothers. Listen, it doesn't never happen to me.
Is this your game?
Because you ain't never going to catch me out here like this.
Is this your game?
You'll catch me out here with a Filipina 4'7", giving her $96, but you ain't never going to catch me out here looking like this. But anyway, let's continue.
Lucky I'm practicing my cold approach today. What? Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
That's good.
Oh,
shit.
All right. And yep, there's his enforcers there too. So shout out to these guys. This is no disrespect. I know bitch ass niggas gonna be like, man, you hating on him. I'm not hating on him, but I'm like, bruh, y'all living reckless. Okay. Be careful who you follow out here. Be careful who you follow. So let's take you to the news here. This is live stream last night of said person, clavicular, suffering from what they're saying is a minor overdose. All right. Now, when you guys have to understand, when you have some participated in drugs, what'll happen is you'll crash out, you'll get paranoid, and you might even suffer a heart attack or a stroke mildly. And you might look like you're okay doing it. Oh, he looks fine. There are some long-term lasting effects of having to do this over and over again. And also, these drugs do stay in your system residually. So it doesn't just go away once the high wears off. So there's some residual effects, especially when your brainstem is just still developing. Years later, you'll still have this stunted growth, stunted immaturity, and long-term damage being done. Never underestimate the long-term damage being done. All right. And also having minor heart attacks at 20 or strokes in the middle of streams, all to, rake in dough. This is going to catch up to him. So he needs to make sure that he listens to me, but ain't nobody going to listen to me. Y'all going to think I'm hating. Let's continue.
Oh my God. Holy fuck.
How fucked are you?
What? How fucked up are you? Dude, I'm gone.
Ice water.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
Yo, you want an Addy? Yo, you want an Addy?
All right, so you see he's slurring his words there. He definitely is possibly having a heart attack, mildly, or stroke, or something like that. The people who he are with, I believe, are also popular streamers, possible cold approach dating coaches that young men are listening to. And he's offering him more drugs. I mean, you want an Adderall to offset the effects of the drugs that you already taken? Wow. On a live stream, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm the reckless one. I'm ruining society. I mean, this is what the young so-called introduction to the red pill, the young men. And this is also what the elder red pill guys are also trying to associate with, right? Because they did a whole meetup with clavicular as the person that they were bringing into the fold. Right. So he already crashing out and he got offered drugs to be able to offset the effects. Let's continue.
You want an Addy?
All right. So they don't know what to do. Obviously, they see him doing something, possibly in convulsions or having a seizure or something, maybe being getting slumped over. And by the way, that's a wig that guy's wearing. This is a wig. He's in the Chad. He's representing Chad. but he's wearing a wig and a ball cap. But let's continue. All right, and then now his security's concerned. They're checking on him, and they don't know what to do. They're in a private setting. It looks like a bar that's been cleared out. And there he is. He looks like he's okay. People are going to say he's okay, but he's not. He's suffering. You guys know that if you have a heart attack or a stroke, you can look just like that. Right? People don't realize, well, he's sitting up. He looks like his eyes are there. Guys, you could be having a stroke, and I don't know, you can have a stroke and still be talking like this, but it's going to sound jumbled up. Now, you're not going to be aware of it. Like, you're going to start talking in slurs, and I could just be like this in the middle of a stroke. And then all of a sudden I'll start sounding crazy, and I will look normal, but I will sound weird. You were like, what are you talking about? Well, at that point, you look normal, but you could be in a mild heart attack. You can be in a mild heart attack and just be like, damn, I feel weird. Damn, I feel kind of like my left arm's numb. And that you've had a heart attack. You don't know it. So just because you look, and this is young people, just because you look normal doesn't mean you're normal. Doesn't mean you're okay. You expect people to just fall out and with their eyes closed and start having a seizure. So no, you could have a heart attack, you could have a mild stroke, and you could be sitting just like this, having a conversation. You're just going to sound weird and slurring and maybe incoherent. Okay, so people are saying he's okay because he's sitting up. That's not true.
Oh my God. Holy fuck.
All right, so he definitely is feeling some effects here. Now let's go ahead and take you to another video related to this. They have, and maybe he's doing this for content. There could be that as well, you know, because people are definitely clout chasing for attention these days. People saying maybe the Sniggle punch was set up, but people desperate for attention. Apparently, this is the aftermath of said overdose. There he is being carried out by his security team, and they definitely did panic. And I don't know if you know, he's been recently arrested multiple times in the last couple of months. And again, anything for attention. So he's being carried out. So a lot of young people, they need evidence to see things, unfortunately. And y'all going to let this guy die and not even believe he dies, right? Maybe he's dying for the stream. This is in Brickell. I recognize that as Brickell. I don't recognize the restaurant, but it's right next to Moxie's and the North Italia. He's standing up, but he's gone, right? Not dead, but he definitely is suffering from some effects. And this is what they call the real, man. This is real life. Even people on the internet, you might think they're doing things fake and faking things, but you can't fake this. All right, this is not good to be doing this type of thing here. And people even think when he gets arrested, oh, it's fake. He doing that for views. Right? You don't get arrested for views, bro. You don't get arrested. You don't get the people and the authorities cooperating with booking you for views. The only person to do that in the history of law enforcement to get arrested for views is Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King. They were arrested for views. All right. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going to piss some people off, but I'm just kicking the real here. They got arrested for views. In fact, the mugshot for Rosa Parks was literally not taken when she was processed and so-called arrested. It was taken damn near a year later. That's neither here nor there. All right. But I'm just trying to tell y'all what's real and what's not. All right. But anyway. Moving forward, I guess the main event is right around the corner. Who's ready for this? Yes, it is. We got it.
Y'all ready for this?
We got the main event. So let's go ahead and ring the bell, and then we'll get into this breakdown. This will be an interesting breakdown. It's not just going to break down the videos. It's going to give you a little bit of history here. Just give me the likes, don't pass a stroll. Mugga low. The main event topic here, you see it on the thumbnail, and this is why you're all here. Not for the other stuff. You're here for this. Jada Pinkett Smith is hell-bent on destroying Will Smith. She recently had a video resurface of her admitting that she disclosed her affairs publicly to protect Will. Now, in this situation, I can automatically think of August Alsina, where she came out and said, what? All right. I didn't have an affair. I had a what? Let's see if you remember what this is. This is what she's trying to say. So, then she's saying that she did that not to make herself look bad, not to be open, but I did that to protect Will. All right. You guys remembered it. Entanglement with August. All right. She had an entanglement with August, and then Will sitting there humiliated. But what she's saying was she had to do that to protect Will. Now, what do we know? Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, they've been married for damn near 4 decades, getting close to it. And they both were actors, Hollywood celebrities, and people have accused them of having an open relationship. People also have accused Will and Jada of doing worse things related to the nanny goat. New world order. But people have also insinuated that Will is not of the straight kind, that he's of the Tony Gaskins kind, and that he might be participating in Duke shootout activity. And Jada is the beard. They've also insinuated and allegedly saying that Jada is a Lily Lint liquor, all right, and that both of them are on the spectrum of being.
Did you eat that cat?
LBGTQ, A plus MMA, and the World Wrestling Federation, so that they're both are living alternative lifestyles, and that they're both trying to be a beard to each other. All of these things could be true. However, I don't know. We're just going to say all of these things could be alleged. We also have the fact that Jada Pinkett Smith had a great relationship with Tupac, and then she said that she's more loyal to Tupac's ghost than she is of Will. All right, so there's a lot of crazy stuff, okay, related to this couple. So she's saying essentially, I'm protecting Will's secrets. I'm looking bad. I'm not doing this to make myself humiliated. I'm only doing it to protect Will. Now, we know also there could be a non-disclosure agreement signed, possibly a prenuptial agreement. There's a lot of paperwork legally that she cannot go out there and reveal the true secrets. So this might be her saying, hey, listen, I'm kind of trapped in a cage. The only thing I can do is humiliate myself and look like the bad guy while Will is the one doing the dirt. That's basically what she's saying in this video, but we're going to break that down. But before we do all of that, hit the like button, because it's important that we get some engagement on this stream so that people can get the real. Okay. And it says right there, and somebody said the money too. Yep. She also knows possibly that let's say she divorces Will and she publicly disgraces Will. She might not get access to the funds related to a prenuptial agreement or a divorce settlement or something like that, because she's breaking the other agreement ecclesiastically. But this is the story reported here. Jada Pinkett Smith, this is reported, this is fresh news, and we're breaking news here. She faces heat for explaining affair. Reading the article briefly here, she is being dragged online after making a rare comment about her past relationship with singer August Alsina. Entanglement with August, which she had a romantic involvement with during her complicated marriage to Will Smith. While addressing the unconventional relationship dynamic, Jada appears to offer an alternative take on what actually happened, but fans are accusing her of only trying to justify the affair, which, we don't got all the answers. But this is years later. The entanglement with Augustine was somewhere around 2019, 2020, 2021, maybe earlier. And now she's then trying to spin the narrative, is what they're trying to say. Before we get into that, I do have to disclose that I lived near these individuals for several years in Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village, California. I'm familiar with these two. I bumped into them a few times. They wouldn't remember it, but I certainly do. Also, and I've seen these people in person, in public, many times, living in Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village, California. Home of, well, I can't say it, but
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Jada Pinkett Smith, for all people who don't want to know, I'm a little person. She is a tiny person. All right. She is very, very small person. All right. I would say she barely even 5 feet tall, more than likely. All right. She's very tiny. And most of the time I've seen her, she's been in heels. I remember I saw her in the Department of Motor Vehicles. I remember I walked into the DMV in Thousand Oaks, and I saw this little woman who, when you see black people or people related to black or black adjacent, you can already tell who they are, especially when you're in a suburban community. So I already knew. I was like, who is that woman? and she was standing about 3 or 4 people ahead of me. You could tell her hair. She had her little finger waves or whatever what was on her hair, and she was overdressed, right? Don't want you to hear this real. All right. New. What happened? Goodness. New World Order. They always on time. New World Order. So I saw her in the line essentially, and I was like, wow, all right, that's an attractive woman. And I will say, she's attractive in person. She's not an ugly person. So she was attractive. She was dressed very well. But I did notice that she was definitely very tiny person. Now, the reason why I bring this up, can you guys hear me now? Are we good? Can you guys hear me or no? Let me see here. And I also saw Will Smith as when I was in high school. I worked at a restaurant and they lived there, and he used to frequent the restaurant. And he was nice to me. He was a very nice guy to me. He wasn't mean. He was a very good guy. So my opinion of them is that in person, they're very good people. And they treated me well when I've seen them. Now, we have to tell you this. For people who don't know her and are old enough, Jada Pinkett was an actress before Will Smith. No, he didn't slap me. So she was an actress, and she was an actress that represented the Sapphire. All right, boy, they owe me today. New World Order. They owe me. All right. Or maybe I'm gonna have to restart it tonight. Oh man, what's going on? I'm trying to stick around. So, what was the point out of it? Oh, by the way. Oh, so if you know Jada Pinkett Smith as an actress, she represented a Sapphire. So initially, her first breakout role was on a TV show called A Different World. For people who don't know Jada's character was a sassy woman. She basically is kind of like Tupac played his first breakout role as a gangster and pretty much lived it out, where he wasn't a gangster initially, but he became a gangster as a part of his role that literally was a gangster in juice. I would say Jada Pinkett Smith is living out her character that made her famous. You guys see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to draw this parallel. So let's go back for the people enough. This is Jada Smith to us. This is Jada Pinkett to us. So she's an actress on this TV show, a spinoff of the Cosby Show, A Different World. And she was kind of a sassy little snarky character when it was cute. This is an important point. Jada was cute when she was doing this. So what people are doing now is seeing that Jada's playing the exact same character, but she's an old woman. You guys know aunties like this. Some of y'all mamas are like this, where she continues to play this, and she's basically playing this manufacturer role, but she was hella cute doing it, but now she's not cute. It's rather annoying, and because she's older, nobody wants to hear this shit. But she really didn't change her behavior, and she stunted her growth related to this. So now she's doing the same behavior, but nobody gives a fuck. All right, we just want her to be quiet and shut up at the end of the day. We like, can you shut the fuck up? All right, so that's the situation with Jada. There's also a clip that I want to show you related to this subject matter, where this plays a role, again, art imitating life. You might think I'm making this up, but I want you to see this clip right here of art imitating life related to Jada in this story matter, in this subject matter. So let's go ahead and pop this video up right here. This is on the show A Different World. This is Tupac Shakur, who is also an actor. Her relationship is that they went to the School of Arts in Baltimore together. I know Tupac's from Oakland, right? Well, actually, he's not. He's from New York. He went to school in Baltimore. He actually went to Oakland later in his life because his mama was a Black Panther. They end up relocating back there. And then he moved to LA after he got to prison, and he was West Side for life. All right, but that's neither here nor there. They went to School of Arts for Acting and Entertainment, for music and industry. That's their high school. They're classmates. They're classmates. All right, they were classmates in high school. They claim to not have been romantic with each other, and that's typical because you might have a crush on a girl in high school and you might never fucked her, right? Everybody's had these girls where you're like, hey, we were friends, we were close, we were intimate, but all y'all do was cuddle at best. So that's kind of what their relationship is. And on the show A Different World, it played out where she had him become a guest on the show, and listen to the context of the conversation. It actually applies to Will Smith. It doesn't mean that she meant it for Will Smith, but knowing what we know now, it might apply to how she sees Will Smith. Let's play the video.
That's why I'm here now. Gonna give me a job, hook me up a crib. When you through with this college thing, we can really have it going on.
See now, this is exactly what I was afraid of. You're not gonna come down here, jump in my life, and act like everything's okay. I got an agenda, and despite what you might think, I got a man.
And what that got to do with me? I mean, I know you just passing the time with the choir boy, and he ain't hitting it like I was, if the boy hitting it at all.
Check this here. You weren't all that.
All right, so there you go right there. We got this right here. So we got Pookie, and we got the choir boy, the simp. Choir boy is light-skinned like Will Smith. We got the black, dark skin. I'm a Mac. I'm a player. I'm hitting it right. Okay, let me see if we can get the choir boy on the screen. He does look kind of like Will Smith in this situation. And she also is giving the sassy remarks back, the Sapphire Sassy. All right, I can't get the choir boy on the screen. The Sapphire Sassy. The Sapphire Sassy. So this is literally, we've been seeing her doing this for the better part of 35 or 40 years, 35 years at tops. We know this story. This is nothing new to us. All right, but this is new to the world. We wonder why it ended up here. Well, this is kind of how the thing started. So let's further break this down right here. This is Jada going on. We know she wrote a book. By the way, I mentioned this, but for the people who are watching this part of the stream, you might have missed it. Jada Pinkett wrote a book, a tell-all book, basically talking about what happened in their marriage and relationship. She tried to say it before, but guess what happened? Nothing happened because nobody bought the book. We kind of got a couple of chapters here and there leaked. We got some information, some crumbs, but we didn't have to read the book because they were so desperate to sell the book that they gave us the game. And so she didn't get any sympathy. So now she's back on tour to basically tell all, but not expose herself to throwing Will completely under the bus to where it affects her financially. Jada Smith shames Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock, saying they weren't even together. And she had no interest in Will Smith, adding she apologized to Chris Rock right away. All right, we know this happened during the Academy Awards. I'm not going to show the slap, but shout out to Chris Rock. Let's play the video.
Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. I'm like, what is going on right
keep
now?
my wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on. Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I meant you. I meant no harm. Now, I'm just out of it because I'm really worried about
And
Will.
what's Will doing? He's just sitting there?
And Will's still talking. He's like, he's still, because now he's mad because Chris is talking to me. And I go, Chris, this is about some old. That's all I could think to say, right? And I couldn't really take in his apology.
You became the bad guy. Look what Jada made him do. Jada rolled her eyes and look what he did. He ran up there and hit Chris.
Yeah.
Poor Will. That's what the narrative became.
Yeah.
So poor Will because of the
adulterous wife.
Yeah.
Who forced him to go to the table and sit there. You know what I mean? And now look at what she's done. She has the power with an eye roll to make him go up and slap somebody on stage.
New world order. Where do I begin? I mean, for YouTube, I'm supposed to break this down, but where do I start? I mean, there's so much here in that minute clip. I don't even know where to start. You heard it. I'll let you guys determine what you just heard. But this is bad across the board. Essentially now trying to distance himself from a situation, throw him under the bus and say he's to blame, but I took the blame to protect him from his life, his secrets, and whatever it is that she's hiding, the gatekeeper here. She's also using that other woman, I think her name is Hoda DeCaza, something like that, who is an out and out known operative for the New World Order and feminism. New World Order. That's not anything to slight the woman. I just described who she was. She's using her to communicate the narrative. We already showed you earlier in the stream that it's just the stage. The world's a stage. But now she's using her to now, as a therapist, if you will, to quantify or to explain it. So Will did this and you're the bad guy to that. And yes, that's what she's doing. Yes, like therapists do. Program these people to make them save face and become the victim of their relationship. Now, Jada Pinkett Smith did choose to be in this relationship, but she's also said that she cried on her wedding day knowing that she didn't want to marry Will. So it's a lot going on in this clip. But what they're doing is what that other woman did who was dating the CEO, came in with Oprah as the puppet master, as an operative, to actually explain a way to how women are victimized in affairs. Okay, they're victimized even when they choose to have an affair. It's not fair. But she was the one out here sleeping with August Alsina. And when men make mistakes by sleeping with the wrong people, they get penalized. And in this situation here, she's trying to distance herself away from this being penalized and maybe being portrayed as the bad guy. All right, so there's that in that particular clip. Also insinuating that, which I think is a horrible thing to do and completely unethical, is to insinuate that people need to get help. Right? So she's also jumped up in here and said basically he's insane, or he needs therapy, or he needs some sort of healing from whatever he's done in his past, which only she knows. But she went up there and unethically suggested that he has a mental health issue. I don't know if you missed that, but that's what she said. Now, that may be true, but that's not for you to determine. But if you are feeling that that's the case, that's for you to suggest to Will, not to suggest to the world that he's a madman, which could be true. But that's none of our business. Don't you have the ability to check him into therapy? Don't you have the ability to? Now, when people suggest that people have a mental health issue, that they need to heal, that they're traumatized and they need to go to therapy, it's usually not said in a supportive way. It's usually yielded as a weapon, or they weaponize this particular thing and say he needs help. All right. So if she really wanted him to get help, she knows how to do it. And it's not to do a TV interview with ABC News. So there's a lot of gaslighting in this particular interview where she's trying to distance herself or make herself to be the victim, and then also suggest that she's dealing with a madman and she needs help, or to have herself to be an intervention. I'm pretty sure she's able to leave because she even said Will doesn't. Last week, she even said that she's not letting Will even move into her domicile or her house or her abode. So Will doesn't even live with her. All right, so let's go on to the next particular point here because there's more. All right, there's more of her doing this. And apparently this clip has resurfaced. I don't know if it was a part of her book promotion or if this is a new clip, but people are suggesting that this is a resurfaced clip of her admitted to cheating, essentially saying, doing this to protect Will's ego, not his image, Hollywood style, but his own ego. You believe Will Smith has an ego? He probably does. I mean, I have an ego. Everybody has an ego. But here we go.
Myself and love others, that we could all be on the road together. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to speak my truth, but I'm also gonna protect you. So if I gotta look like the adulterous wife to make sure you're good, I'm gonna do it. Y'all, I learned how to love myself and not leave Will on the side of the road. And I hadn't learned how to love Will and not leave myself on the side of the road.
To me, it's the women in the background that's making me go crazy. All right. It's the women. Wasn't there a meme of a podcast of women doing that? The women talking. She's talking all in her Nikki Giovanni voice and her Terry McMillan and her Maya Angelou. All right. And the girls are, sis, like they eating a goddamn box of Pioneer Church's chicken with the chicken and lizard gizzards. All right. What are y'all about? Preach. Yeah, bro. What is this bullshit? And she up in here like, all right, I did this and I ecclesiastically did that. Deep, sister, deep. That's what we all been put up to. We've been subjugated by Mr. As she out here gaslighting us, all right, into believing that she was out here the bad guy or the good person and Will's the bad guy. Let's continue.
In that moment, because I felt so bad that he was in this situation, I decided I'm going to love you, Will, and I'm going to leave myself at the side of the road.
The side of the road. Woo! Woo! Girl. Ooh, girl. People say, Coach, why you don't date black women that much? It's not that they're ugly. It's not that I don't like them. I love sisters. But when they get around in more than 3 black women together, this shit starts to ensue. And I'll be like, oh, Lord, I'm out of here. I can't be around this bullshit. Now, one-on-one maybe, but they get together and they start testifying. They start sanctifying. They start out here. What do they used to call it? They start doing this shit. And I'll be like, oh, my God. Becky, look at her butt.
Oh, my God.
Color purple shit. I can't deal with this. Church. Bible study breaks out into this bullshit. And I can't be around the bull. I can't be around. I can't do it. The only way I can literally be Tony Gaskins. I've actually insinuated this. Tony Gaskins. I've said I could marry a black woman. And what is the only way I can marry a black woman? Who remembers this? I don't want to get married to any woman. I mean, I might marry a little Filipina here and there when I'm about 70. Yeah, that proselytizing. What's the only way I would marry a black woman? Yeah, somebody got it right here. So anybody that wants to know, this is my terms and conditions for marrying a black woman. She literally got to cut off all her family, her church, her hairstylist. She got to move from the motherfucking ghetto inner city and literally cut everybody off. All right, that's the only way. I don't want to hear about her crackhead cousin, her motherfucking down bad auntie and uncle. I don't want to hear about her Pookie, Nuck, Pojo, Ray, nephews and cousins and brothers and all that shit. I don't want to hear about her church. None of this shit, bruh. All right, I don't want nothing to do with none of these Bible study bitches, wig wearing, weave wearing. Yeah, we got to move to Utah. We got to move all the way out in the country in the suburbs where it's quiet and shit at 9:30 at night. But one thing about black people in general, I'm going to tell you something psychologically. This has a part of the story. You have to understand, and even people have admitted to this, is that they cannot be around quiet. They have been conditioned to be around chaos, to where when it's quiet, they don't know what to do. They liable to crash out. So they have to be in conditions where there's a beeping smoke alarm intermittently throughout the day. They're accustomed to this. They're programmed for it. Their central nervous system has to have this around. Beep, beep. They got to be around cars with booming systems. They got to be in neighborhood that have cars driving around with large growling Hellcats, screeching tires, and booming systems. Their nervous system is designed and accustomed to and have adapted to be around this chaos, where they're around people that hang out in front of their apartment and house at 2, 3 in the morning, smoking weed, fighting, and shit like this. They cannot not be around this. They also are accustomed to being around places that are open and available to eat food 24 hours a day. So I could go to the Chinese market at 2 a.m. and go get me a bowl of oodles and noodles. They got to be around places where the city bus just and trucks and just shit like this, right? All night long, where they live in an apartment or above the corner store where trucks and city buses, horns blowing, beep, beep, all night. They cannot be around quiet, where they live next to a nightclub spot where the music just thumping to 2, 3 in the morning, and people just walking down the sidewalk, just talking and loud, cackling and shit like hyenas. They cannot be around quiet. Tell me I'm not lying. Tell me I'm not lying. If they move to a place like that, where at 9:30 the gas station closed, 7-Eleven closed, they can't get no gas. They hear crickets cricking. Crick, crick. They look, 9:30, all the neighbor lights are off. Everybody in bed, tucked away, sleep. They didn't took a bath in the shower, eating milk and cookies. Frogs outside frogging. They will have a breakdown where they walk outside at 10 p.m. and they start talking loud and people start shushing them. Shh, it's quiet hours. What? Hey, man, these people need to do something about them. It ain't quiet. It's only 10 p.m. Tell me I'm not lying. Ooh, y'all mad than a motherfucker. Y'all mad as hell. Where the neighbors, the police come and be like, it's 11 o'clock, guys. It's quiet hours. Can you turn down the party? 11? We going to 2 p.m., 2 a.m. These people need to learn that 11 o'clock is normal operating hours on Tuesday. So you can't pull these people out of this. They're normally accustomed to starting up their car at 2 a.m. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, right in the quiet neighborhood, and they don't know nothing about it. They pull up the neighborhood at 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, 12, 1, 2 a.m. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom. They don't turn the music down or nothing. The neighbors hear this nigga driving up and down the gated community. This is a reason why people segregate themselves from you. It's not that they don't like you. It's your habits. It's your patterns and shit. So that's why I say that's the only way I could do it. But I know a woman will never do that shit. So I'm never going to marry a black woman. But that's neither here nor there. All right. So going back to Jada and Will, I'm just trying to describe things. Don't at me on this one. And yeah, what about the weed smoking? All at 2, 3 in the morning, smoking weed on the patio. All the weed smoke going up. What's the problem? What? All right, they smoking next door to their neighbors, 2 a.m., sitting around, weed just going and buzzing all across the goddamn window in the next neighborhood. What? I can't smoke weed outside on my damn house? Let's get to it, man. Jada Smith out here gaslighting. Let's get to pleaded. So I was just annoyed by all the
And on top of it, I want Will out. I don't want him part of this. Okay, I'm the bad guy. I'm the worst. Great. Let's be done with it. Right. I wanted it done. You got your answer. I'm the adulterous wife. Let's be done. And let's move on.
Right. That's not also I did leave out. I do have to cover this. Calling the police in these quiet neighborhoods where all the neighbors looking out the window at you calling the police on your boyfriend, or your daughter calling the police on her pookie boyfriend, and the cops are outside at 3 in the morning and you arguing loud. So your daughter's baby daddy come over that still live with you. All right. And then the police come over and got to break up the fight and do a police report. And the fucking lights is doing this 3, 4 in the morning. I got to go to work, wake up at 5 in the morning, and I'm seeing police lights. All right. But that's neither here nor there. I know y'all hate me, but hey, I don't hate y'all. I'm just describing what happens here. But let's continue.
You know, as to get him through it, the family through it, let it go. Right? And, but I had to learn. That was a big learning moment for me. I wouldn't have been able to see that aspect of myself that needed to learn that I could love myself and love others, that we could all be on the road together. I could love myself and love others, that we could all be on the road together.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to speak my truth.
My truth, man, this is bad. This is bad. And look, they're stuck with each other because Will Smith said she's never divorcing him. And for something, he must know something. But let's just say this. Let's just say Jada Pinkett Smith is the victim here. Why aren't people creating an intervention to get her away from Will? Okay. This is the point of the whole thing. If in fact she is this much of a victim, why isn't the sisterhood creating an intervention to get her away from Will? Is it because they know she wants to be there? Is it that Will has too much money? Is it that they know she wants to choose to be there? Is it that they know that she has more power over Will? The New World Order is going to all blow him to smithereens? No. It's what that divorce attorney said. She's creating a file against Will. She's creating the narrative that she's the victim here. She's even going to the court of public opinion to air these things out in these grievances so that at some particular point when Will dies before her, she'll still be out here looking like the motherfucking woman on Boomerang, throwing this nigga under the bus when he can't defend himself. Okay. And that's probably what she's intending to do. Outlive him and be 90 years old, looking like Eartha Kitt, throwing this nigga up under the bus when he dead as a doorknob. And this typically is par for the course because they're not trying to save her in this situation. And like we always tell you, whatever woman's situation she's in, she don't want to be saved. If you find out she got a pimp pimping on her, she want that pimp pimping on her. Pimp on, pimp, pimp, hooray. But what they're doing is building a case against Will. They're building the case that should she survive Will, that she's able to parlay and monetize herself after the fact. You got to know that's in play. Unfortunately, I got nothing to do with either of these individuals. I'm just here to report and give my dissertation and synopsis based on what I see. But if you have something to say, air out your comments and concerns right there in the comment section or in the live chat, or you can support and let your voice be heard related to this. This situation is very toxic. But as we know, people like toxic relationships, so I can't do anything about it. And anything insinuating that both of these people are all the way gay is none of my business. Who do you think is more of a victim in this case? I'll let your voice be heard via the poll. Who is more of a victim? Typing and streaming and talking at the same time is very difficult. Who is more of a victim in this relationship? Ladies, let your voice be heard too. And where's that one rapper that said he wants a relationship like Will and Jada? There was a rapper that had a song like that. You guys can vote on the poll. DJ Berserk says National Geographic's The Peculiar Life of the American NB. That's it. The Peculiar Life of the American NB, aka plantation politics. See some of the Black Manosphereans talk about plantation politics. And plantation politics is basically something handed down by the white devil slave masters in which people have insinuated that Black people have been united, but that's not the case. We've totally used snitching against each other, snitching to the white man, snitching to gain leverage. All right. Uncle Tom and Samboing, Black women snitching on niggas that's trying to run. All right. And then that eventually evolved to snitching to the police and snitching to the government, snitching to the child support court. It has never been a situation where unity, because unity can't exist when niggas are volunteering for 285 years plus of servitude. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be divide and conquer. Right? The only way to be existing in that, and I know people are going to be mad at me, but you guys live more of that than you've lived in your current state of so-called freedom. And look at how you niggas are acting with the freedom you got. Imagine what you were doing when you were literally enslaved and forced to stay on this goddamn plantation. Look how you niggas are acting. Look at Gucci Man and Pookie Shiesty. Look at these women running back to the child support court. Look at these women on the internet throwing you niggas under the bus. I mean, y'all, this is what y'all do when y'all got freedom. Or imagine what you were doing when you were subjugated out here and you was out here. All right, somebody getting whipped tonight. If nobody snitch, everybody getting whipped. All right, you start tattling. All right, he did it. It was Ray Ray. It was Toby. It was Kunta. Imagine if you going in there and warming up a bed and bed winching, and Massa come up there and he got up there. All right, now you want this brutal? You gonna get the belt. All right, Massa, don't tell nobody, but Toby said he gonna run away tonight. First thing in the morning, first thing in a crack of dawn, he gonna be running through Greenville. All right, Toby gonna run through Greenville. I thank you for that. And he still brutally attacks her in the bedroom, warming up that bed. She like, I gotta survive. All right, I want to keep this position warming up this bed. It's warm in here. All right, and sleeping on that hay on the bottom of goddamn dirt floor ain't it. So I'm gonna be on side in the inside of the house. Not only Toby, but Coach Greg Adams said, I'm out there minding my own business, and then the goddamn overseer, the Irish overseers come over there, aka the police, and snatch me up. You know what Coach Greg Adams was saying? Hey man, who told you that? I ain't said shit. I heard you been talking shit on the internet. All right, we gonna have to ban your ass. You know who be reporting me these bed winches? Okay, reporting me to the Jewish YouTube. All right, saying they don't like what I'm talking about. He out here folding up 22-year-old Asian women. All right, we got to report his ass. Coach Greg Adams was saying X, Y, and Z. I ain't said shit. And not only that, these goddamn Uncle Tom Sambo ass nigga. These niggas out here, you know, coach out here tricking, paying those young girls. All right, snitching on me and shit. Right in the comment section. Why don't you damn Sambos leave? Shut your fucking mouth, nigga. Everybody know what I'm doing. You don't need to be out here, Captain Obvious, snitching on my black ass in the comment section. These people ain't shit, but I'm supposed to believe there's some unity out here. You can't even stay united with Coach Greg Adams out here putting hands on hips. A fair exchange is not a robbery. Them women look happy in the video. I'm not committing a crime, and I'm also documenting it just to make sure these bitches don't turn on me 25 years later. All right? Everybody got fed. She drank up all the drink, and she gobbled up all the dick. Everybody's happy. Nobody was violated, nigga. Just because you a dry deek ass nigga don't mean you need to be in my comment section, you black ass nigga snitching on me. Come on, bro. Tony Gaskins, a whole goddamn Sambo out here snitching on me. Uncle Tom ass nigga. Going right to his plantation bed winches to go out here and persecute me for I violated no black women out here. I didn't even touch these black women. And he coming out here with his simp enforcer ass to goddamn scream to these bed winches to come out here to take me down. But y'all believe there's black unity and shit. Fuck y'all. Ain't no black unity. Y'all broken, mentally broken people, including myself. All right, but that's neither here nor there. Sending these fat bed winches to come after me and attack my platform. And I didn't do nothing to them bed winches. I didn't do nothing to them MBs. I didn't bother you, Tony. I didn't take no food off your table. Ain't no black unity. Y'all are a bunch of broken people that have never been united. Y'all been snitching on each other since the day one, and y'all still snitching on each other. Gucci Mane, Pookie Shiesty. Anyway, where we at? Black is beautiful. Free Huey. DGC Moore, I got you, man. And shout out to the Black Panthers. Shout out to our brother Anti-Duke Shooter says the culture and mindset is long gone and niggas will continue to nig. Sad but true. I fully expect niggas to nig. All right. When niggas don't nig, I'll be shocked. When niggas nig, I'll be like, par for the course. Right? As expected, as they should. Y'all be mad at me, man. I love black people, though. Shout out to all the black people and African Americans out there.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
By the way, I'm on the West Coast. I'm not like you Southern niggas. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see niggas all day. You know what I mean? I don't have to report to black people. Like, y'all say what y'all say, and then y'all got to go outside in Houston and see other black people. Y'all got to go to Birmingham. Y'all got to go to New Orleans and Baton Rouge and see other niggas and justify yourself. Right? Somebody said, have I been talking to Tommy Sotomayor? Shout out to the legend, Tommy Sotomayor. I'm my own man. I've been living away for niggas for like 40 years. I don't need to talk to another man to report this. This is my experience. I've been a suburban nigga since junior year in high school. And I was bussed out of the black community to go to white school since I was in elementary school. I'm my own man, but no disrespect to him. I don't need to talk to anybody else to arrive at these opinions. I'm the king of kings. I'm telling you life experience, nigga. Just listen to me. I went to a white high school graduating with 70% Jewish people. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, nigga. I went to a black church on Sunday and went back to the suburbs on Monday. Right? I can see the glaring difference between this bullshit. So these are my own life experiences I talk about. I lived the life before the internet. I was 35 years old and 36 years old before I made the first YouTube video about this subject matter. I lived the life before YouTube. I don't need to let a YouTuber tell me what life is so I can copy that shit. I was a grown-ass man with 2 kids before I popped off on YouTube. See, most of you men, you guys don't know a life outside of YouTube. You guys were minors when you start listening to YouTube. Your life experience includes what other people lived on YouTube. See, you don't understand that about me. I'm an old-ass man. I live life before the internet. I was in high school before there was the internet. I don't have to get my data from YouTube. You get your life experience and data and information from YouTube because you were 30 years old. You're 35 years old and you lived a life before there was the fucking YouTube. I didn't live life learning from YouTube. I lived life learning before there was the internet. I had life experience. I graduated in 1993 from high school. You know what's in my yearbook in high school? They're talking about the first fucking day we got an American Online. And that was my senior year in high school. They were like, oh, America Online popped off. I lived life before the internet. I lived life before YouTube. I don't need YouTubers to tell me what's up and run with it. You see what I'm saying? But you guys don't understand that because you haven't lived that type of life. You lived a life as a maturing adult listening to YouTubers tell you what it is and what it ain't. I don't need that. That's what makes me different than you. That's what makes me able to see the world the way it is today. Because I saw the world before internet. I saw the world before social media. I saw the world before iPhones. I saw the world before Instagram. That's why I know what's different. That's why I know it ain't coming back to that. I saw the world before dating apps. I saw the world before MySpace and Facebook. I lived the world without that. So I can know the difference between what's real and what's fake. I don't need any other YouTuber to tell me what up. I saw the world before motherfucking cell phone cameras and hashtags. I don't need YouTubers to tell me what's up and run with it. I can just tell you from my own life experience. That's why I can hold your attention for 4 or 5 hours. Because I'm telling you, not a script. I'm not telling you what other people said. I can tell you from my own words and my own experience. I can tell you right off the fucking dome. You see what I mean? That's what separates me from you. Your only world life is with people telling you right here on the fucking screen. I have a worldly view. Been to 30 countries. Been married and divorced. I produce kids. I put kids through college. I dated women before I was married. I got women before I was married. I got women after I was married. You live in a world where only one thing is true. I live in a world where everything is true that I've done. I lived it all. I done seen it. I saw y'all riot in LA in 1992, and y'all niggas still worse than you was in 1992. Right? Still worse. No unity. You didn't pull it together. You didn't get together economically. Y'all niggas went back to shooting each other and shit like that. I saw rap history absolutely take y'all to the depths of hell. I saw it all. And if I didn't see it, I live vicariously through my parents who saw it. They was listening to Mother. They was listening to that shit. Honey, Darling, Sweetie Pie, Doo-Wop, Marvin Gaye, all of that shit. What's going on? And y'all niggas worse than that. And they was asking what was going on back in 1972. Here it is, 2026, and what's going on? When we gonna put it together? When we gonna learn? Never. That's the answer, nigga. We 50 years in, 60 years in, it ain't never gonna happen. All right. Yep, I lived the time where the TV would turn the fuck off. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? Boop! And you had to go to sleep. God damn. Damn. Ain't nothing on. You clicking the 4 channels. Click, 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 click. All of them got a choir singing and shit. It's either going beep or a choir was singing ooh, ha, ooh, Catholic choir. You're like, oh shit. They singing that demon shit again. All right, fuck it. I'll go to sleep. Yep, you didn't have no VCR, no TiVo. You didn't have shit to watch. You was like, damn. I grew up at a time where shit came on and you could never see the shit again. A TV show came on, a football game came on, a basketball game came on, and unless you was sitting right in the front of the goddamn TV, you would never see the shit again. You couldn't recall it. You couldn't get a tape, a DVD. You couldn't record it, screen record the shit. Barely watch the highlights on the goddamn TV news because sports was like the 3 minutes of the news. You couldn't see no highlights on Instagram. The shit was gone forever. It was in the annals of your mind. That's how I grew up. Now y'all don't even have to watch the game. You just go on House of Highlights and look at 13-second clip and then make a judgment about the entire game and people's entire season. I grew up in a time when you want to hear a song, you sat by the radio. You just sat by it. They're going to play it. And if you had a goddamn recorder, you was there ready to record the shit. Coming up next, MC Shan and Marley Ball and them. All right. And then you're like, oh, here it comes. Talking halfway through the fucking song. You be like, shut up, man. They didn't kick the lyrics in. And you still recorded it and played it over and over again. With the DJ talking over half the goddamn song like he DJ Clue. So that's how I grew up. Come on. Come on. I don't need YouTubers to tell me this life. You need YouTubers to tell you this life. I'm here to preside over you as the King of Kings to tell you what life is about. Because I lived life before this shit. Anyway. The Queensbridge. All right, shout out to our brother, Side 54. Shout out to you. Did we have a sponsorship in the building? We might have. JC says, coach, correction, coach. What Will Smith actually was saying is keep my... Nah, I ain't reading that. And pause. Shout out to our brother here. High Tolerance says, crazy thing she says the most outlandish ish when he isn't in the room. Not to mention she found it odd calling her his wife. Ma'am, he was still respecting you and honoring the vows. Interesting enough. So he defended her and now she's still throwing them under the bus, mainly because she looks like the bad guy. So you're right. He was defending her. They're still married. He was saying, you're my wife, but she was like, we're not even together. Like, how? You're still married. You're still together. By the way, I grew up at a time, DJ Berserk, I grew up at a time where gangbangers were the minority. I want you to listen to this. Now, I wasn't an adult, But I remember when people went out, they dressed up. They wasn't wearing white t-shirts and oversized football jerseys and sneakers. They went out. When my parents used to go out, they used to be dressed up. Slippery shoes, shoe shine, slacks, jerry curls, jackets and suits. Bitches was wearing dresses. And the gangbanger niggas couldn't even get in the door. But then somewhere around 89, 90 and shit, when NWA came out, these jerry curl niggas was in there with starter jackets and sneakers and motherfucking jeans. Who remembers this? They used to go, my parents used to go out. When they went out, they used to go in with mink coats. They went out with mink coats, dressed to the fucking nine, sharp, smelling good, like jerry curl activator. And cologne and perfume and shit, wearing pearl earrings, dancing and shit. Now these niggas going out in ball caps, grown ass niggas, 50, 60 years old, dressed like 27-year-olds and shit because it's their culture. Nigga culture ain't shit. Y'all niggas need to grow up. At the end of the day, I done seen it. I saw the pivot. I saw the turn. I saw the stunted adolescence. I saw the niggas didn't want to grow up. I done seen it. But y'all trying to tell me I need to learn from a YouTuber. Y'all need to tell me I don't got life experience. Y'all need to tell me to touch grass. I grew up outside. I grew up off the internet. Much of my life experience was without the internet. So I was outside. I saw it. I've been there. And I was like, damn, this has changed. So when people say, let's go back, I'm like, what? Y'all gonna go back completely or go back and cherry pick what benefited you? Because y'all got to take it all the way back where y'all niggas got to get dressed up, where y'all got to get dressed up on Sunday and go to church, or they going to call you a heathen. Take it all the way back where y'all niggas weren't wearing do-rags and jerry curl bags on your head, shower caps. Let's take it all the way back. But y'all just want to go back to the part where it benefited you. I grew up at a time where bums were dressed up in suit coats and slacks. Now they didn't match, but the bums were wearing collared shirts, suit jackets with arm patches on it, and slacks and penny loafers they got from the goddamn thrift store. And they were standing out there with a paper bag, drunk, slurring, but they was dressed up. Now, who remembers this shit? Press 1 in the chat if you remember this. Because there was still some pride. They were still trying to say, I'm prideful, even though I'm down bad, alcoholic, drunk. They still had some pride enough to dress the fuck up. Now, look at where we're at today. But I'm supposed to learn from internet personalities, right? That's how low you think of me. I look young, but I'm an old ass nigga. I got a lot of life experience. Right here sitting in front of you. I know I look good. I know you don't think I'm 50. I'm a 50-year-old old trick ass nigga that don't need to prove nothing to you motherfuckers out here. I know life. I know what's up. Yep, they was clean shaven. Now look at bums today. Complete bummed out. Bummed the fuck out. Walking around with no shirt, black ass feet. All right, they gone. But I was born in 1975, bruh. The internet didn't come around. It was available, but it didn't come around to the public until 1992. So that's a long time of living without. So I don't need to learn from these people. Trust me, bro. But I do learn from them. I respect them. But don't try to attribute thoughts that come from my creative mind with men sharing them. A bit. Don't try to attribute anybody else's thoughts to me. But now bums are your next door neighbor nigga with his pants sagging off, living with his mama, talking about he gets pussy for free. These are the new bum ass niggas with Louis Vuitton bucket hats that they got from the Inglewood swap meet. These are the new bums. They just have a house to live in. They just have a place to live because their mama want to let them stay there. With Jordan shoes and Louis Vuitton bucket hats. These are the new fucking bums. dress well, present well, but they bum ass niggas. And we actually try to attribute dating philosophies to bum ass niggas. And I try to keep fighting you with it, but y'all niggas want to follow bum broke ass niggas for dating advice, which is absolutely insanity to me, because nobody has ever considered what bum broke niggas had to say about dating and relationships. They never were supposed to have dates and relationships, but y'all want to follow bums. All right, go for it. And strags who date bums, go for it. Do you, boo? We wrapping it up. Shout out to High Tolerance, says, Coach, this demon is looking for a Tarzanian outcome. This demon is looking for a Tarzanian outcome. Shout out to you. Good Lord. We got some people on Cash App and Venmo. Shout out to Preston, says, suppose the supposed perfect man and life causes resentment. Oh, somebody says right here. So I guess if you do live perfect, I know people aren't satisfied. So it comes with resentment. Shout out to you. The Empire Podcast says CGA sunglass collections. Put me down for one. Eventually I'll have it. It's just taking me time, but we're building up the team to be able to get me there. We're building up the team. If you don't like what I'm saying here, there's only one reason you don't like what I'm saying, and I'm going to tell you what that is. The reason you may not like what I'm saying is called conviction. You're convicted. I'm describing you. I'm holding a mirror up to you, and you have to look at the reflection. And sometimes when you're convicted, it's hard to look at yourself in the eyes, let alone me. So if you're pained by what I'm saying today, it's because it's accurate and you can't look at it. You refuse to look at it. Like if a dog shits on your carpet and you point the shit out to the dog is going to look the other way. They don't want to hear your opinion about the dog shitting on the carpet. I don't want to hear it. That's what you're doing to me. That's the only reason you don't like what I'm saying. It ain't because I'm lying. It's because you don't want to look at the dog shit life you created for yourself. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out to Eagle Eyes, and anybody that says I talk down to my audience, there's a purpose, because I'm trying to light a fire under your ass so you can see it, but you don't want to see it. So stay broke and dumb. But let's continue. We got Eagle Eye says, I'm running an hour behind, but listening to you explain what the shield means was hilarious. Keep teaching these males about manhood, aka what your weak ass, punk ass, in jail father should have taught you. Instead, you're robbing a record label executive. That's neither here nor there. But your bum ass father, who your mama kept you away from, he should have told you. So should your step granddaddy have told you. So should the pastor of your church have told you. But you went around life and you're now here 18, 20, 25, 30. Some of you niggas are 50 listening to me, telling you some shit the men in your life should have told you long time ago. And it's hard for you to digest. You ain't got the stomach. Meanwhile, your mama coddled you and you were sucking your mama titty until 3, 4, and 5. And now I sound bizarre. All right, but that's your problem. It ain't mine. That's neither here nor there. Whatever. All right. Your bitch ass father should have educated you on this for a long time. I told my son and put him up on the game, but I also know I got to let him experience life. And that's what I teach you. I can only tell you so much. You got to go over here and get thumped on the motherfucking head. Okay. I don't want you to take what I say and alter your life around dating and relationships. I need you to go get smashed in the fucking nose. All right. And then come back and say, look at this shit. All right. Hit you with the Mr. Miyagi. Told your bitch ass. Now look at your bitch ass now. All right. Let me put that shit on your nose. Get you an ice pack, nigga. What did I tell you? You was going to go out there and get socked. All right. All right. You went out there and put up your gloves. Keep your hands up, nigga. Work on your cardio. Stick and move. Keep your head moving. Don't keep your head still. Oh, nigga, you kept your head still. You went in there and didn't move your feet. All right, you dropped your motherfucking guard, and now let's come in here. Ding. All right, sit down, nigga. Keep your guard up. All right. I told you he was going to get out there and get hit. What you think? This nigga was a punching bag? All right. All right. He going to fight back. They fighting back out here, nigga. All right. So now that you done got socked and now your eye motherfucking swollen and you looking like Willie Lump Lump. Now, what did you learn? Okay. They fighting out here back. Right. And now you want to have a debate. Now you all socked and punched the fuck up and your teeth is pushed back in your throat and you spitting up blood. You want to debate now, nigga? Your mouthpiece is now stuck in your teeth. So now I got to unjam your mouthpiece and put a pack over your eye and you still trying to debate me. Okay, bruh. Go ahead, nigga. You keep getting socked out here, bruh. And don't let these niggas think that they ain't fighting back out there when you get in the ring. Ding. It's easy. All you have to do is, okay, keep going out there with that bullshit. Keep going out there. Hey, gentlemen, when you go outside, they fighting back. The ladies are fighting back. The system is fighting back. The deck is stacked against you. The government don't like you, bitch ass niggas. They would like to enslave you and take away your rights. And they do that through women. They're fighting back out here, nigga. Come on, bruh. You better have a game plan till you get punched in the nose, right? Come on. Talking about game. All right, go out there and run game and get socked one good damn time. What's his name? Clavicular. Go out there. I know you're gonna get your ass handed to you on days. I'm a grown ass man. You know how many times I fucking went outside and lost? Not only to women, to life, to the system, to the job. Humbled. As a man, when you walk outside, you need to teach your sons this. You're going to get your ass handed to you if you don't keep your guard up out here. Life is trying to hand you out L's. They not trying to hand you W's out here. They trying to hand you L's until you're in the gutter. They don't give a fuck. And when you're in the gutter, they ain't going to give a fuck about you. So listen to a nigga tell you you can get women when you're broke. That sounds good at 20. Try that at 40. Try that at 40. That's why I keep trying to tell you. You're going to be 40, nigga. You better find out a different strategy because that don't work at 37. Okay? At 37, that don't work. All right? So that's cool at 26. But at 37, that don't work no more. At 47, certainly doesn't work. Certainly don't work at 57. But you're going to be older longer than you're going to be younger. I'm trying to tell you. You're going to be older well longer than you're going to be younger. Shout out to the Goody Mob. You're not going to be young forever. Youth is wasted on the young. So a young person's strategy is not a good strategy. So that shit sounds good if I'm 26. 36, it don't sound good. Women wake the fuck up. Right? They let a nigga hit when he was broke at 26. At 36, they're less likely to do it. Completely less likely to do it. Certainly at 46, unless she got her own chicken bag and she can hire who the fuck she wants to come over and blow that back out. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. But y'all want to argue with me. Y'all want to argue. I'm like, you arguing with me is futile, bro. Life is going to tell you real quick. Life will teach you quick. Oh, that's the locks. Shout out to the locks, not the Goody Mob. That is the locks. Life changes, dude. After 30, you either broke or you got money. That's what it means to be a man. After 30, you either broke or not. Nothing else matters. After 40, you down bad if you ain't got no money or a place to live, or you live with your mama, or you've been a victim of the system. Nothing matters. Looks don't matter. None of that shit. Right? You up shit's creek. All right, shout out to Rudolph says, Rudolph, A, stop upsetting these slave-minded niggas with no solution. They don't want any solutions. He says, stop upsetting them with their solutions they need, but don't want. He says, when Jesus comes, you finna be in trouble, coach. He says, I think, therefore I am. He says, you always give solutions, coach, 24/7, 360 days a year, full circle. Indeed. Because dudes and people be like, well, Jesus will come and fix it. I had a grandma. Rest in peace to my grandmother. She's my grandmother on my father's side. My grandmother, when they had my father, they were older already. So she died in like the 80s, probably like the 90s, early 90s. And she was an old church lady. She's an old church lady with the wig and shit and the big, shoe, the high heels, not with the stem, but the big block. All right. All that shit with the stockings, dedicated church lady with the hats, with the fucking 2 peacock. She was an old lady like that. With the bifocal glasses, the sun tinted bifocal glasses. She was an old woman. Rest in peace to my grandma on my father's side. The reason I bring this up is she was faithful to the Lord. She was faithful to the Lord, bro. And she would always say, Jesus is going to come back. Jesus is going to fix it. The reason why this is important is that she been dead for 30 something years, bro. Damn near 30 years. And Jesus still ain't came back. Yeah, with the Martin Luther King paper fan. And she was waiting for Jesus to come back. And boy, did Jesus let her down. Jesus still ain't came back, and she been dead all this fucking time. The point of the matter is, if that's your solution, you dumber than a motherfucker, because you're going to be dead as a motherfucker. Listen, living your life waiting for Jesus to come back to solve your problems. People have lived and fucking died. They dead as a doorknob. They out here maggot food waiting for Jesus to solve the shit. And he ain't coming back. So I'm just telling you, that's a bad strategy. I done seen motherfuckers dead as fuck, and they could have swore he was coming back to fix the shit. I'm not trying to diss your religion, but hey, trust me, I know people like this, and they ain't even here breathing, and I don't see Jesus parting the clouds. You better fix this shit yourself. Adams 3:16. All right, anyway. Shout out to High Tolerance. Appreciate that, man. I'm rounding the bases to see if I want to make sure I got everybody. By the way, we'll be on the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel, live streaming tonight, 7 p.m. on the West Coast, 10 p.m. on the East Coast. We're going to put the East Coast people to bed. So appreciate y'all for putting up with my streams. Learn from what I'm telling you out here. I wouldn't never lead you astray. And I'm checking the Venmo. The Venmo don't want me to sign in, but I'll check the Venmo before we go. But hit the like button as you exit. And if you want to watch the highlight film in the Titantron, you could do that as you leave, as a testimony to my brand and good decisions that I made over the last 10 years. With that being said, we out of here. Peace. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Yeah. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.
Vibe blowing up the jack, got the loud jumping up the pack. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the band jumping up the bag. Vibe blowing up my jack, got the loud jumping up the pack. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the band jumping up the bag. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy, I'm a paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm, but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The real just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm troubled, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck, and they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that this shit not on trend. On a big wave, I'm controlling the tide. Snake eyes when you rolling the dice. So with the stakes inside, I could never take another nigga advice. They can't reach the sky, I'm aiming up high. I just wanna know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like, I come from outside of this. Out the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things. Cop a big change, up a state lines, doing stage dives on cam. It ain't no limit to my vision. Check the temp, I'm on fire with it. Got the bands jumping out the bag, Prosecco on ice. I'm nobody nice. Gonna run up a check, demand my respect. I'm doing the most, I never quit. They want me to quit. I'm good as it come, I'm good as it gets. Vibe blowing at the jack, got the loud jumping out the bag. Everything I'm on stack. Everything I do is